He's tied at 2 after Sunday's dominant win by San Antonio. They'll tip things off from OKC at 7:30. You can catch the game on NBC, streaming on Peacock. Spurs have a clean injury report ahead of tonight's game. The Thunder will not have A.J. Mitchell. Jalen Williams, he is listed as questionable.
From the studios of San Antonio's Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Blitz. 2 decades on the radio, Jason Minix. 2 decades on TV, Joe Reinagel. 2 San Antonio sports voices you've trusted for years. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
On a game day Tuesday. Oh, my goodness. It's a big game in OKC tonight, Game 5 of the Western Conference Finals. Spurs, Thunder. It's going to be a lot of fun. This is the Blitz. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. That guy's Jason Minix.
Dude, I hope everybody enjoyed a good, long holiday weekend. Hope your liver's recovering today or whatever it is you did. And it's one of those odd days that, we were not working yesterday with such an incredible Game 4 to react to. And so we get to do some of that today and look ahead to tonight's game, which by definition is not a must-win, Joe Reinagel.
No, it is not, although I'm already being told it is on our YouTube page today.
In NBA history, Game 5 winners in a 2-2 series, they win the series 82% of the time, 8 of the last, including the last 8 occasions.
Obviously, it's a huge game because if you lose tonight, you got to win 2 in a row. And that's been difficult. OKC has done it in this series, but that's very difficult against either one of these teams. So, huge game tonight, no doubt about it.
And while it might not be, by definition, a must-win, you even heard Keldon Johnson this morning at Shoot-Around say this is the biggest game of the year.
Yeah, this is the biggest game of the season right here tonight. This game is important. It's 2-2. It's going to be a dogfight. It's going to be tough. But I feel like we built for the moment, and we built for these times, and I feel like we'll show that tonight.
Well, look, and obviously it is, and he's right. It is the biggest game of their season, without a doubt. I mean, hasn't every game in the series been the biggest game of their season?
Well, I mean, not necessarily.
Of course it has.
You're
been.
Down 0-1, that's no big deal. But in a 2-2, you realize you're not on the brink of elimination yet, but man, you don't want to walk out there. And I love how Keldon said this team is built for this. He didn't say he was built for it because so far in this postseason, I'm not so sure. But this team is built for it. And a guy like Keldon Johnson, it'd be really nice if he stepped up and played big tonight.
Well, it would be, and they're going to need him. Obviously, Wemby was fantastic in Game 4. And the Spurs were dominant in that game. And you wonder, because it's very similar to what Oklahoma City was facing in Game 2. You come out, you're desperate, you have to win, you don't want to go back 3-1. And the Spurs played just like that.
Now, I will say, if you're watching on YouTube, and we appreciate that and encourage you to go watch on YouTube, sasportstar.com and click through or search us out on YouTube. The Ayatollah of Crapola asked if you brought the Rockport Coastal Breeze back to the studio. Just need an ice cold Yingling flight. We do need some flight by Yingling.
That would
Marcy
be nice,
Grace
yes.
says, little breezy in there, huh? It is.
Can you hear that?
More than a little breezy.
Yeah.
I hope the fans aren't too annoying, but you're going to have to tolerate them.
It's either that or we'll walk around in our underwear like some people did this morning.
We're not going to.
We're not going to do that, I promise you that. Yes.
Now, granted, because there was debate about an hour and a half ago if we were both calling in sick. Can we go into the Alamo Lounge? Can we hightail it to somebody's house and do it from the kitchen? Can we just set up at the Roo Pub or I'm going to be later? Something. But the AC guy was like, it's going to be fine in about an hour.
That's what he said.
It ain't fine. It's better than it was. It's better than the sweat box that Rob and AJ were in this morning. Rob walked out of the studio like, dude, I feel nauseated. I feel like car sick.
I'm sure, man.
I mean, it was 1,000 degrees in here. So, yeah, the coastal breeze. I know we've got the towels, the Go Spurs Go towel and the Cowboys banners flapping in the wind. If you hear the fans, just deal with it. Because,
yeah, please, because we need them. It provides a little bit of relief.
Very little.
Very little, but you know, it's
not as much
fine.
as that flight by Yingling would about now.
Now that would be nice, and I think you know, they should waive the rules today, and allow, you know, a little beer drinking on
Let
a
us
Tuesday.
drink on the air?
Sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
Awesome.
That would be good.
Good to see Marcy Gray stop by Friday when we were in Rockport.
That was awesome to see Marcy Gray stop by the other day. I hope she had a lot of fun on Saturday night at her concert. I would have liked to have seen that concert.
Yep.
Stoney LaRue?
Yep.
That's nice. I'm sure she had a good time.
Yeah, she says they don't hear the fans, so we're good.
Okay, good,
All right.
good.
Eric Ybarra wants to know about Swamp Ass. It's not that part. Now, this morning, I can't speak for Rob and AJ. AJ walking around in his underwear.
Dude.
And if you boys think that, and ladies, sorry, Marcy, if you guys think that was just a video they made and then put their pants on, no. Because I dropped my wife off at the airport 10-ish and came up here, and I walk in, and AJ is standing in his underwear in our sales department talking to Ann Edwards, who I won't say her age, but she is the oldest person in this building.
And a very nice lady, by the way.
She's a lovely lady.
Yes.
And now to give you an idea, her son is about to retire from the Navy.
All right.
Well over 20 years in the service. So, and I was like, how do you just stand there and talk to AJ in his underwear? And she's like, I've got a son whose name is AJ. She just says, you maintain eye contact and try not to laugh.
Yeah. Well, I when I saw the video, I damn near lost my breakfast. I mean, honestly, I don't know how AJ's wife looks at that every day.
I mean,
there's somebody for everybody, I guess, but
exactly.
my goodness.
But I don't need to see that.
I don't want to see it
Nor do
either.
I want to see that.
No.
I changed the chairs out for y'all.
Yeah, well,
Thank
thank
you.
you. We appreciate that.
We need new chairs.
Uh-huh.
I ain't gonna lie. I did kind of did the little hand pad just to make sure it wasn't sweaty because I wasn't gonna sit in that. Yeah, I wasn't. I was thinking it, like you son of a, and it'd be like just like AJ to do something.
Well, absolutely.
You know, because you listen to those guys this morning, and you know Rob got recognized over the weekend, and it made his day. And Rob was like, "If you see me out, man, say hi. It makes my day." We're not the Blitz, and you know where we're always out in public. We don't get to do that. AJ was whining about that, you know.
Well, yeah, because he'd probably be walking around in his underwear.
Well, I mean, there's that. Now, if you do own a breakfast spot or something that's open that early, and you'd like to have them out there, let us know. We can make that happen. But yeah, they're right. They're not the Blitz.
No,
you know,
they are not. Not even close.
Not even close. Anthony says they were wearing Depends.
Well,
That wouldn't surprise me.
it wouldn't surprise me at all.
It wouldn't surprise me. Actually, it would, because they miss a lot of segments where one's down the hall in the bathroom.
Well, yeah. Rob and I are similar age.
Yeah.
It happens.
Hey, Vic's down a couple kidneys. Well, he's down a kidney, and he's got one bad one, so he's always gone, and, you know, I don't know.
Well, anyway,
I don't know.
hopefully this is going to get fixed, and you won't have to be subject to seeing AJ in his underwear ever again.
Sweaty balls. Dave.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what it is, Tom.
I tell you what, I think I've looked forward to every game in this series. And I was really disappointed. I say disappointed. I'm happy with the outcome, obviously, and the Spurs kicked Oklahoma City's ass on Sunday night. But, most of these games have been very competitive. That one, however, was not. But, again, the Spurs needed it, did what they had to do, and they got the job done.
The idea of what you can expect tonight, and we want to know, what do you expect tonight? 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. The Spurs in the two games in San Antonio got off to incredible starts. Pledge, why would you throw a curveball? I'm in the middle of this great, I'm setting up everything, and you're just like, Pledge writes up, judging by the video, the morning show certainly have not heard of ball maxing. I hope AJ doesn't hear about that because...
they were talking about it this morning.
Yeah, they found it this morning.
Oh, they found it this morning. So they're only, 4 days late?
Exactly.
Yeah, they're getting better.
They are.
I mean, they are getting better. Nothing funnier or worse when a friend texts like, why are they talking about 2-week-old news when the Spurs have a game tonight? 4 days.
Oh,
They're
good.
AJ ball maxing. There's visualizations we don't need. But you think about, like, Game 3, the Spurs are up 15-0.
Dude, that was incredible.
I hate early runs. I don't like starts like that. And even in Game 4, I don't know at what point I was comfortable, to be honest, because you never know when Oklahoma City is going to go on a run. And you're expecting that run to happen. And watching the Knicks, and I know Cleveland showed what they were, but the Knicks were down, 23 in the fourth quarter and came back and won. I don't know when Sunday night I felt comfortable that this win is going in the win column, and Eric Corgi is correct.
Well, that damn dog's been right on every game.
Every game.
Every single game.
And
he has
an
the Spurs
incredible
winning
history.
tonight.
He does. So do I, thanks to Eric Corgi.
So do you, huh?
Yes.
Oh, that's nice. Well, the problem is, and some people have already pointed this out, Tony Brothers is one of the referees today. So SGA will get, if you get within 3 feet of him, will get a foul call.
Yeah.
And I fully expect Oklahoma City to get some whistles tonight. They're at home. I just have a feeling that's going to happen tonight. I did see something from a reliable source over the weekend. It surprised the hell out of me. Maybe it will surprise you. Maybe you guys saw it. Of the 4 teams that were left in the playoffs, Oklahoma City has shot less free throws than all the other 3.
You know, I do think, now there's been some times like that De'Aaron Fox when he wasn't close. The FBI should investigate that call.
De'Aaron should know better, though. You got to give the guy a landing spot.
But
you have to.
He did. That was not a foul. That was not a foul. That was not a foul. But
again, you can't do that.
You still have to play defense.
It's like Wemby, and I got to do a debate with somebody. They're Wemby, they're lunging at him. Yeah, they are, because Wemby's running at the guy, and of course they're going to lunge at him. He's got to stop doing that.
Again, I really wish the NBA would change the rule. If you have an unnatural shot motion, you don't get the offensive foul, right? Because when the defense is doing things the right way, because there was one where Wemby went straight up and he jumped into him, and it's a foul on Wemby. Now, if you're coming at him, we all know what's going to get called. And a lot of it truly is anticipation, especially with SGA and like that one on De'Aaron Fox. And I know Tony Brothers got the Spurs the other day. Tony Brothers, when reffing a Spurs game, San Antonio is now 7-1.
Well, there you go.
With Tony Brothers on the court.
Uh-huh.
Just saying.
Just saying. It's going to be a great game, and again, a very important game, to say the least, because, well, it's Game 5.
All right,
so it's the next one up.
Pledge says the Corgi has the Thunder winning tonight and the Spurs winning Game 6 and 7.
Oh, okay. I thought it was the other way around.
Yeah.
I thought the Corgi had Spurs tonight, Thunder in Game 6, Spurs in 7. I don't remember. That could be the case.
In overtime in 7, because remember, the ball missed on the first one in Game 7, and then it went to the Spurs, which does that mean overtime? Which, an overtime Game 7?
Wow.
Oh, my. Sign me up.
There might be some of us that might not survive that game if that happens. Overtime in Game 7. Are you kidding me?
Uh-huh.
Great crowd on Sunday for the Spurs, and obviously everybody was thrilled with the half-court bucket that Wemby made, and it was just a lot of fun. Spurs needed a game like that, I think, and we're going to talk about it. I guess Pop had something to do with that, according to De'Aaron Fox.
Yep.
So let's talk about it. A lot more Spurs coming up. We'll get you ready for tonight's game for sure. It is Game Night San Antonio, brought to you by Vision Source, by the way. We'll do that, obviously, later in the show. We also have some tickets to give away. And since the game is tonight, we might want to give those away pretty soon.
How about right now?
Sounds good to me, Minix.
How about right now? You got a phone, so you can keep up with the game tonight. It is Game 5, so let's give that 4-pack to caller 5. Right now, you're going to go see the San Antonio Missions.
656-3776, 656-ESPN. If you want a 4-pack of tickets to go see the San Antonio Missions tonight, that's all you have to do is be caller number 5. Spurs basketball, big one tonight. We're talking about it. We continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
We have meaningful basketball being played in San Antonio for the first time in years, and you know the Roo Pub has proven to be the best place to go watch the games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch the game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
I've taken up candle making.
Nigel, the whole office smells like wet dog and gym socks.
My nose is highly refined.
Folks, if your home smells a little off, it might be your AC. Watermoon's Breathe Easy package pulls and deep cleans your blower motor, blower wheel, and housing, cleans your coil in place, disinfects the inside of your AC cabinet, and installs a UV light to help zap bacteria and other nasties hiding in your unit. All for just $6.95.
Quartermoon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, 210-651-5899. License number TSAOG 141074E M16004. Missions fans, get ready for AARP $2 Tuesdays at Wolf Stadium, presented by San Antonio Sports Star. Enjoy $2 tickets, beer, hot dogs, and more at every Tuesday home game. First pitch at 7:05. Don't miss out. Get your tickets now at samissions.com.
It's Military Appreciation Month at North Park Chevy. Service members get up to $1,000 bonus cash. Got a 2026 Silverado 1500 Crew LT for $15,000 off MSRP. Drive the 2026 Colorado with 0 payments for 90 days. Or take home a 2026 Equinox LT for $26,359 with 2.9% financing. Together, let's drive. North Park Chevrolet, 10 minutes off Route 410 in Castroville. Must qualify. Call 830-355-2107 for full price and offer details.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Hormones can affect everything. Bad skin, bad hair, low energy, poor sleep, brain fogginess, libido, and weight gain. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health, and we take a functional approach to your hormone problems. Eating right and exercise will not be beneficial without optimal hormone function. This goes for men and women. We do state-of-the-art testing to get to the root of your hormone issues and help you get well and stay well. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health. We can help. 210-468-1891.
Here's a tale of Becky. Didn't know what to do with new meds prescribed and no real cost clue.
She squinted at prices, that can't be right. Then tapped GoodRx and saw the light.
She could get a deal. Book telehealth if she feel.
Learn about those meds without any stress. That one little app does all the rest. Even my horse downloaded it. Dang, save time and money on prescriptions.
Check GoodRx. GoodRx is not insurance.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Coming up on the Morning Huddle, Game 5. Did the Spurs take control of the series, or are their backs against the wall?
All the fallout from Game 5. What happens next, whether they win or lose? Draft around the corner. News coming out of the Star. Is Pickens going to sign long term? We'll talk about that too. Party starts early. Get here at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Oh, back on a game day. Game 5 tonight of the Western Conference Finals. Spurs in Oklahoma City tonight. Spurs, their injury report looks great, Jason.
Yep.
Oklahoma City, on the other hand, well, one guy's out already. A.J. Mitchell won't play tonight, and Jalen Williams is a game-time decision.
Both of those guys, having them out is tough on Oklahoma City, and the Spurs have to continue to take advantage. At Soy_Eloy T Arena tweets in, at Joe Reinagle 2-0, at Jason Minix. I'm expecting a Wemby performance for the ages tonight, and that's saying something after Game 1. And that's true. That is saying something after Game 1. And quite frankly, Game 4. Wemby got pushed too far out and did not dominate the way he should have in Game 3.
Yep.
And I do expect them to do that, but I love the defensive adjustment that Mitch Johnson made. You know what? We went with we'll let somebody like Alex Caruso beat us. All right, well, Alex Caruso was hot as hell. And then they went more straight up on SGA, a little bit of zone, and they started guarding those other guys. And Alex Caruso, what did he take, one shot?
Yeah.
One for a guy that has been killing the San Antonio Spurs.
He'd been wide open the entire series. So, I mean, they're begging him to do it, and he was making him pay. If Wemby has a performance like that, obviously the Spurs are going to win tonight's game. But if you look at, and we just talked about the two injuries, if SGA is truly the most valuable player, isn't there a point in time in this series where he's got to put that Thunder team on his back? Because he hasn't done that yet.
He hasn't. But I think that's part of the Spurs defense, but also a big part of SGA's game is getting to the free throw line.
Sure.
And he's not getting the calls. All the fall downs and all that, maybe that has caught up to him. But I think tonight is more about what the Spurs do. The role players have to play well, and Wemby needs to dominate. In fact, earlier today, Shaq was on the Rich Eisen show, and he said Wemby has to make them pay down low.
My advice is to him, he has to be super aggressive because, at his size, with his skill set, if he's super aggressive, the world has to panic. And when they panic, they're going to do what they always do, send guys at them. Now, when they send guys at you, you can get Castle involved. You can get all your let me tell you something about that young Harper. Oh, my God. This kid is fabulous. He is so fabulous. So, you can get him involved. And that's the system. I've always called the Spurs, organization the system. The system is well in effect. But if he's dominating, if he's super aggressive, if he's close to the paint, taking high percentage shots. Look, I don't mind him shooting threes because he's a fabulous shooter, but I would like the majority of his shots closer to the basket. If he can do that, cause OKC to panic a little bit because, he's having his way with shit. And then, listen, every time they put Caruso on him, that should be a sign of disrespect, and he should be looking to score. So if he dominates it, if he's all over the place, and if he stays out of foul trouble, they definitely have a shot. But I wouldn't tell him much because he has two mentors over there that we're all in the same office. You got the great David Robinson and you got the great Tim Duncan there. So you don't really need my advice because I wasn't really that type of player. I'm more of a power player. So, Tim was definitely inside and out. And so was David Robinson. So I'm sure he gets, great advice from the guys. And, you still got Popovich coming in and out every now and then. So I wouldn't tell him much. As a fan, I just enjoy watching him play. But I would love him to be dominant, not some of the time, but all the time.
I mean, he's absolutely right. There's nobody that can guard him down low. If you get him the ball down low, Chet can't do it. Obviously, Caruso can't do it. He's too small. Nobody can guard Wemby down low. It's impossible. And they have no one that can do that.
Now, what I hear that from Chet, and I agree 100%. Wemby took 7 3-pointers the other night. And nothing drives me nuts more than when I see, whether it's Wemby or anybody else, jacking up a 3 with 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 seconds on the shot clock. What are you doing, right? Especially at his size. Shaq, Timmy, David, they don't understand while they are, and I don't want to say they don't understand like they don't have the basketball IQ, but their thought process was never to be out there jacking up threes. Wemby is. Wemby likes that. So it's, unlike the traditional big like that, he doesn't necessarily feel confined to be down low to dominate. But when he is, they cannot stop him. I like the idea of what Shaq just said. Caruso, if that dude's guarding you, that's a sign of disrespect. Be disrespected. Pissed off Wemby is great. And you heard Shaq talk about Pop. De'Aaron Fox on the postgame show after Game 4 told a great story about Pop walking into the locker room after that Game 3 disaster.
You play here. We lost Game 3, and I think that was Pop's been around like throughout the course of the season, but that was the first time he walked into the locker room and was like, "Nah, that's BS. That's not how we play basketball." And obviously he has some choice words for it, but that was the first time all season that he came into the locker room right after a game and told us how he felt, and everybody felt that. Mitch was in there, B. Wright was in there, all the players down to the staff. You know how it is after a game. And then that's the first time I've ever seen that. Trainers, everybody's in there. We close the doors.
Let him go.
Yeah, we don't let anybody know what's going on in here, but that's the first time he opened that door. We see Pop come in, and it's like,
The Pop effect.
Dude, I could only imagine. Although Danny Green on SportsCenter said he's scared for those boys.
A huge presence. I mean, it doesn't go away. He's just one of those guys that you're fearful of, regardless of age or health. I'm still scared of him to this day. So when he walks in a room, you know it's business and it's serious. So he came in. I'm sure he left an imprint on them. He let them know who's messing up, who needs to come to play. And that was a big deal for them and for everybody else. Everybody respects him from the top on down, Timmy, David, Tony. So when they see those guys come in and how much aura that he has, that presence, it leaves an impression. And those guys said it didn't take much, but I'm sure he let them have it. And that's just, Pop in his nicer days. I could imagine how he would have been during my time. So I've seen him heard quite a bit of Pop, especially when he was younger and in our losses. I know we won one, but a lot of those tongue lashings came after losses, so I know what they went through, and I felt scared for those guys, and I still feel scared for those guys.
I think it's great, and I'm glad Pop went in there and did that. And I'm glad that Mitch Johnson is not offended by that, or at least he doesn't appear to be, and I think it's fantastic. It's great. Can I just say something, though? Carter Bryant, man up, dude. I'm going to tell you what, Mitch Johnson getting in your grill like that was fantastic. I loved it. And he's only going to get better because of that. And I tell you, brought back so many memories of Pop getting in Tony Parker's face like that. I mean, he did it religiously. He got in Tim's face like that. And it's only going to make those guys better. And I'm just all over social media, oh, poor Carter Bryant. Whoa.
I mean, but Carter a lot of times looked like he's about to cry, right? That's just how he looks. But I will say this. Mitch got in him. Now, granted, they're up 25. But left him in the game. He will get better from that. Yeah. And Mitch Johnson knows Carter Bryant better than any of us do. And he knows that kid can handle a tongue lashing like that. I just can only imagine seeing Carter Bryant's face with Mitch Johnson, hearing that story from Danny Green. What would Carter Bryant have done? He would have needed the public restroom, if you will.
Yeah, he would.
Were they wearing black shorts or white shorts when that happened? But, yeah, either way. And even Shaq. Shaq on earlier with Rich Eisen, from his high school days at Cole, told an incredible story about Pop.
No, but I've always loved and respected Popovich. I told this story one time. I didn't have any shoes. Couldn't afford them. Couldn't even find them. So I think the Spurs had a player that was 7 foot. So, my father used to go at the local gym, and, every now and then a couple of Spurs would come in. And my father asked the Spurs, hey, man, you know where I can get some shoes? And he said, yeah. And so he gave us a number. And when we got to the organization, it was Pop. And Pop knew who I was in high school. He was like, hey, man, you're a fabulous player. And Pop gave me 3 pair of shoes. And I've always had love and respect for Pop. When we played against him, I didn't like him because that's my job not to like anybody. But, ever since that day, I've always had love and, respect for Popovich. Never have anything negative to say about him. Definitely a great coach, Hall of Fame. I wish he was still around, and I wish him nothing but the best. And I wish him that, I don't know how he's doing health-wise, but I wish him nothing but the best.
Dude, I think you hear stories like that from just about every player in the NBA. Some form of that, certainly. Maybe not shoes, but stories, Pop, talking to him about life, just about different things. I don't know that there's one player that has played in the NBA or is in the NBA now that doesn't have a lot of respect for Greg Popovich.
The respect, obviously, his generosity, his ability to do stuff without it becoming public. Whether, and the random, he left a ridiculous tip, that happens everywhere. And I'm going to guess that Pop probably doesn't like it when it makes the news and the internet in today's world. No. Because he doesn't do stuff just for the headlines. He does it because he cares. Shaq is the same way. Shaq does make news when he picks up somebody's bill at whatever store he might run into, but he does that all the time. But randomly it does make its way into the news. And you appreciate that. But then you take that and then you get like a Danny Green. I'm still scared of him. I mean, and I think that's true. The other night, in credit NBC, there's the video of Wemby and Mitch talking.
Yep.
And then the cutaway of Pop up in the booth with Timmy, having that conversation. And every longtime Spur fan had to well up a little bit, right? I mean, it was just cool to see. And then the video of Timmy walking out with Pop to the elevator and kind of guarding the way. And, you know, I don't know, fans were like, oh, crap, there's both of them. Who do I want to try to get? And there's one security guard trying to keep the little kid away. But the respect that everybody had of just let him get there. And you know damn well by now that Timmy has been with Pop through his rehab from that stroke just about every single day.
You're absolutely right, and it's almost like a father-son relationship in a lot of ways, and I think that's the way. I think that's the way they probably both see it, and it was good to see. And I will credit NBC for doing that. That was pretty cool, without a doubt. What do you think is going to happen tonight? I know a lot of folks have been chiming in here on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. You can get there through sasportstar.com, by the way. Really good way to do that. Let us know what you think is going to happen. 656-3776, 656-ESPN. We'll talk more Spurs basketball, obviously. Big Game 5 tonight when we continue here on The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. Healthy vision is about more than seeing clearly. It's about going beyond. From comprehensive eye care with the latest technology to advanced vision solutions that provide deep insights into your overall health. And with doctors who build lasting relationships founded on trust, ensuring that every detail is taken care of. I choose Vision Source to never miss out on life's precious moments. Vision Source, beyond your eyes.
On top of home and auto, Progressive protects your boat, RV, and motorcycle so you can explore the unknown.
Actually, we just take the RV to the same campground every year.
Well, maybe you can catch your own dinner on your boat.
Oh, we can actually get pizza delivered there from this brick oven place we love.
Will you at least try a new topping?
Honestly, probably not. We kind of have a go-to order.
Fine. Just bundle home or auto insurance with your outdoor vehicles with Progressive and stay protected when you go, I guess, where you've gone before. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
You bought an RV, and you got an automatic discount from Progressive by bundling it with your home or auto insurance. That's great, but a serious word of warning every RVer should heed. You don't need to talk about things like dry weight or dump stations. And you don't need one of those expensive water filter straws either. Because the most extreme thing most RVers encounter is a campsite without hookups. So just enjoy yourself. And Progressive's automatic discount when you bundle your RV, boat, or motorcycle with your home or auto insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
Let's be honest. Watching the Rangers is better when you got something on the line. On Rangers game days, call your shot with the Morning Huddles. Rangers Double Dinger Payday. Play ball! Pick the Ranger you think will send one into the seats. He hits one, you're going to a Rangers game. He hits two, now you've just been upgraded. Tickets and a hotel stay. That's what we call getting paid. Wake up with the Morning Huddle. Make your pick and win with the Morning Huddle's Rangers Double Dinger Payday. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Texas Rangers.
Dude, did you see this rookie card of Wemby? Sold over the weekend, $5.11 million.
I didn't buy it.
Yeah, it wasn't you?
I lost.
Yeah, you were the first guy I thought of.
Dude, I was at the .1, thought I was in the lead and was going to end. Somebody swooped in with $5 million.
Wow.
I wouldn't have even put the .1.
Oh, my goodness.
Son of a...
Well, that's too bad. I feel bad for you, man.
Yeah.
Fourth highest known total for an NBA card. Unbelievable. $5.11 million. And I'm sure that thing, as Wemby progresses throughout his career, is going to get more and more valuable. It's probably, even though we're sitting here looking at $5 million you paid for a card, it's probably going to be worth a hell of a lot more than that by the time it's all said and done.
You know, you could do that. The idea that we're almost there for, hearing Prince in 1999 ad nauseum if it's Spurs Knicks in the NBA Finals. The Knicks take out Cleveland in a sweep. The ticket prices for the Knicks home games are more expensive, the get-in price, than the Super Bowl.
Unbelievable.
I mean, get-in prices that are being released as we speak. For Game 3, $3,593. Game 4, $3,592. For Game 6, $5,032. According to Yahoo, more than to go to the Super Bowl.
That's unbelievable. I'd like to know what the Spurs prices are and how much less they are than that, because they've got to be. But I think even the Eastern Conference Finals ticket prices were similar to those.
Again, everybody that wants to make fun of honking on Southwest Military and in Commerce, have you seen New York in 7th Avenue? Everybody's out of their apartment and they're on the street. They can't drive because it's New York, and the cabbies are honking anyway, so it's hard to tell if they're in celebration or not. But lots of fans celebrating playoff wins. And, of course, then they win the Eastern Conference Finals. And, yes, we have seen the NBA store online at NBA.com, the conspiracy theories, because they have a section, Finals Bound, and they had the Knicks and the Thunder and not the Spurs. Now, when I went and looked, because I don't know what's real or what's not on the internet, when I see stuff like that, when I went and looked, the NBA had corrected that. It just said the Knicks, if there was ever something there.
Yeah, who knows if that's real or not these days. It's hard to say. But I can see them doing that. Again, it's just...
Well, they're preparing for it.
Sure.
And sure, they're already printing the T-shirts. They're going to have them ready to go. Although, I don't understand why the NBA... Now, granted, it's all officially licensed and it's different. But I know that there were T-shirts with the elbow for sale the morning after.
Of course there were.
I mean, in today's world with the technology, you can get that stuff done quickly. Now, I know apparently the FBI's in town and they're cracking down and catching you if you have that, which, let them be. Let them be.
Yeah, I didn't, that video that was going around, I'm assuming that was real.
Yeah.
The police getting a little physical with some folks. Now, I don't know what those folks were doing, and I'm not here to side with one or the other in this situation, but yeah.
I will say this, because I've seen some of the video with the police, with the people on Southwest Military getting aggressive.
Yeah.
And so happens that my niece and her husband are in town. He is a police officer up in Washington State. And he said that is where body cam saves you, because that will show the whole story and not just when somebody pulls out a phone and starts videoing it looks worse than the entire situation. That said, for the most part, it seems like everything has been okay. You're kind of pushing the line a little bit with the celebrations, and then you've got the people that are trying to catch the bootleg T-shirters. And I heard Rob Thompson this morning say this, and I think Rob is 100% right. So apparently, and I don't know how they come up with these numbers, and Rob said he didn't know either on the air this morning on the Morning Huddle. The Spurs or the NBA are missing out on $14 million in bootleg stuff. And Rob said, but that was $14 million that the Spurs and the NBA weren't going to get. Because you're getting a $15, $20 T-shirt.
Right.
And you can't buy the Spurs, they're not selling a T-shirt that cheaply, right? So I think Rob made a point. That's money that wouldn't have been spent with the Spurs, so are they really losing out on that kind of T-shirt money? Is that the AC guy checking the temp? It's still hot as hell in here, man. You don't need a thermometer to know that.
He's got a fancy little thermometer thing going.
I know
there.
it.
I don't know what that is.
I know. That's kind of cool. Can he let us play with it? Yeah. I mean, because he's just shooting it at the vent. It's like, it's too hot for me to walk in there, but I got a device here, and I can check and see what the temperature is.
Dude.
That was kind of cool.
Well, it was. I don't know how they do that. Modern technology. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It is.
So you notice he didn't walk in here.
Well, I just hope he gets the damn thing working.
Yes.
I really do. I thought it was supposed to be working by now, and maybe he thought it was too.
Well, he said it would.
All right. Well, I think we'll survive. We'll get through this day somehow, some way, and hopefully it'll be fixed after that. Look, again, New York, that was for the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yep.
I don't think they're doing that after every game. Having said that,
no, they have been celebrating big after. Yeah,
All
huge watch parties.
All right, well, good. Look, I don't give a damn. If Spurs fans want to go party on Military or Commerce or wherever they're doing it, dude, more power to you. I got no issue with that at all. Just, make it a fun night and don't act like a fool.
Yeah.
That's all.
You're going to act a fool a little bit, but.
Well, not enough to piss off a cop.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, come on. I don't want, I don't know, best bail bonds might.
Yeah. They want you to party safe. There's enough people that do knucklehead stuff to keep them in business.
They do.
It's fine. They don't want you to be an idiot. And our listeners wouldn't be that.
No, of course not.
No.
Well, maybe a couple of them. I don't know.
This is true.
Maybe a couple. I don't know if you saw the game yesterday, or if anybody was interested in it. The Knicks and the Cavs, where the Knicks just blew them out. Kenny Atkinson, it's already been reported that he's going to stay. He will remain head coach of the Cleveland Cavaliers, and so his job is safe, and he's going to be fine. But they flat out quit yesterday.
They did, and I know Kenny is getting a lot of crap, and he should for his answer. Do we have that audio pledge or no? No, we don't. But by now you've probably heard the audio where he was like, well, analytics say that we should be winning. Now, when I first heard it, I thought, what an idiot. That's a fireable offense right there. Your team looks like it's quitting on you. Yes, you're in the Eastern Conference Finals, but clearly you don't belong in the Eastern Conference Finals. But then I went and I listened to the question. And the answer, while I think still dumb, makes a lot more sense when you get the full context and not just a cut-up that you've seen on social media. The question was, what gives you confidence that you can make it a series? And then he went into the analytics of, we're getting the right shots, we're not knocking them down the way we should. And if you look at the numbers, if those shots that we typically make are going in, then we're winning these games. Again, probably not the best answer, but he was asked about the confidence level and where you're getting the confidence. And they, according to him and his analytics, they were getting what they wanted. They just weren't making the shots. And so when you hear the answer with the question, it's less cringy than when you just hear the answer and the cut-ups that are on social media.
Well, my answer would have been James Harden sucks.
Well, he can't say that.
The guy can't play.
He can't say that.
Well, he can say that, and he should have said that because he does. He's awful. All right, you talk about a guy that needs to hang him up. He's made plenty of money. Just go away. We'll see what Donovan Mitchell does, too. I mean, he's due for a big contract. Will he stick around there? But that's Cleveland, and that's their problem as they move forward. The New York Knicks right now, and I preface this by saying they play in the Eastern Conference, but they're playing damn good basketball right now. So whoever makes it out of this West series is going to be up for a challenge. I don't think there's any question about it.
And the Knicks are good. But, man, they haven't played a lot of basketball. They've swept the last 2 rounds.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
I mean, they'll go undefeated in May. Oh, man, they're letting Dax play with the temperature gun, but we don't get to play with it? Tom Guerrero on YouTube says those are great on grills. And Dax is mechanical as Reinagel and me. So I don't know why they're letting...
Probably less so.
Probably less so?
Yes.
But we don't get to play with the gun. If you're watching on YouTube, this is Dax. You got to come around here, Dax. You got to do this on camera if you're going to do this. If you're watching on YouTube, this is the big boss.
Yeah.
And you could tell it's hot because he has lost the sport coat. Normally he's in a full suit.
Yeah.
So what's it say? Hot as hell?
84. That's hot as hell.
That's unbearable.
Yeah.
Down from 94.
Oh, well,
I mean,
at least that's better.
Just we got to turn it off at the end of the night to save energy. So AJ does another show in his undies.
No, I don't want that to happen ever again. Please. Dude, please. And unfortunately, it's one of those things that you just catches you by surprise. Social media today, I'm going, oh, damn. What the?
A little early in the morning for that, eh?
I just had a cup of coffee or something. I'm like,
And not strong enough, huh?
Thought I was going to lose it right there.
I want to touch it.
No. Goodness gracious.
On YouTube, dude says your boss is wearing Oklahoma City colors.
Well, I mean,
the boss is.
Yeah, the boss. I was just checking.
Joe is going with his Fiesta look today.
I'm going with the Houston Rockets look today, I guess, with the red. I don't know.
Is that red or pink?
I don't know what color it is.
That's a pink shirt.
Doesn't matter.
Well, that's not Houston Rockets.
So did you wash that from the?
No, this is a clean one. I got 4 that look just like
this. Oh, you
this.
do?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the spur is a little bit different.
I only bought one.
Okay,
so.
But that's fine. You could say that you are going with the Spurs Fiesta colors tonight.
I'm going with the Spurs Fiesta colors tonight.
Yes. Gibbs wants to know, is Minnick sitting in the undies-fested AJ seat?
Because you could figure he's probably teabagging that seat.
There's no probably. No, I switched chairs.
This massive teabag.
We switched chairs. I'm not sitting where AJ was ball sweating.
Oh, dude.
Or worse. When I say Pledge changed the chairs, he's a great producer.
Well, he is.
But he was also fed well today. I did some beef ribs yesterday and some pork belly burn ends.
Nice.
I brought enough to share, but Pledge took the entire bag.
I don't know what the hell happened.
He says it's in the fridge.
No, Sam.
Oh, Sam. You shared with Sam, but not Joe?
There wasn't anything left to share after Sam got into it.
Dude, there was probably about 2 pounds of meat.
I think Sam could compete with Pledge.
There was 2
in
ribs.
all honesty.
And, there were 4 ribs and 4 burn ends, and Sam got 3 burn ends and 2 ribs.
Wow, you gave him that much?
Wow.
That's selfish. So that was for you. I thought you were just going to give him a bite. Because Sam's new to the Traeger hood. And so he's constantly asking for tips.
Yeah.
How do you do this? How do you do that? And he's like, I was going to do this, but I ran out of time. Dude, how do you run out of time?
I did the whole traditional Memorial Day thing yesterday.
And what is traditional Memorial Day?
Hanging out in the pool, burgers and dogs.
Burgers and dogs.
Burgers and dogs. That's what I did.
My niece, Bree, the one that used to live here, now lives back in Washington. Her and her husband and her 7-month-old. Flew in yesterday. And they landed. They were supposed to land at 5. It's like, all right, Bree, what do you want? And she was like, all right, in ribs. I'm like, all right, beef or pork? And I could hear Lucas on the phone say beef. So I did beef ribs yesterday, which were fantastic.
Well, I'm sure they were.
They
so
were.
A new dog and a 7-month-old?
Oh yeah, my house is chaos, and of course my wife's not home, so
that'll be fun tonight.
We got a babysitter.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because we're going to Rupa.
All right.
The 7-month-olds don't do much. But you can't leave them alone. Yeah, right?
No, it's not a good idea.
Well, no, but I mean, you don't do anything with them. But if you, I got to do something, put her on the floor, and you can only do that for so long, but you can't do anything with them. Old Brian Herring over at Tri-County Meat Market, he's got a brand new baby. It's like 3 weeks old.
Yeah.
And he was like, the first year or so are for the ladies because they want to hold and cuddle and stuff. And then after that, when you can throw something at them or with them, when you can do something, that's when kids are fun. And I'm thinking, I don't know, man. Kind of like once they turn 21 and you can take them drinking. That's when kids are fun. Until then, it's a nightmare.
Or a
headache.
Yeah.
When they can get your beer out of the fridge and not drink it.
Your kids doesn't drink it?
Well, not when she was 5. Go get me a beer. Or go,
That's not allowed? I thought it was perfectly fine.
Well, I've met your kids. I mean, they're the reason it's not allowed.
It needs to go to sleep. Chug that beer.
You don't do anything with a 7-month-old.
You put a little something in their bottle. What the hell?
I mean, you could. Are you kidding? It's a new mom. The food is particular, and the this and the that. And
my gosh.
Oh,
dude.
yes.
So,
I'm like, wait a minute. You are a completely different person than when you lived here.
So, dude, you just brought it up, and it's story time. So, our Maggie's daughter Courtney was here yesterday. She's pregnant. She's due in August.
Uh-huh.
And her husband was here too. And they're looking for sunscreen. They're in the pool and all that. And she said, well, it can't have these ingredients or this ingredient and that ingredient. And it's just, I just can't do that. And I'm like, when my mom was pregnant with me, she was drinking and smoking and God knows what else. And look at me, I turned out great.
I mean, your mom drinking and smoking certainly explains a lot.
Well, it does. It does. I didn't get the smoking gene, but certainly the drinking one for sure.
That's not what I meant. But, the idea that, I don't know. You just don't do much with a 7-month-old. Although, we got a babysitter for today, so they're out playing golf at Golf Club of Texas right now.
Oh, nice.
And then Rue Pub later, and I don't know, the rest of the week. But, yeah, new dog. I got a baby at the house, and people.
They'll have fun.
Oh yeah,
that's good.
Sure. It's lots of fun. Dude on social wants to know: did you stay in the pool all day?
Pretty much, yeah.
What about when nature calls?
Well,
no. Be like Rob and pee in your pool because it's your
See,
pool and you can do that.
I actually get out of mine, and go but I go around I don't go in the house.
Yeah.
I go around the corner.
You just pee in the yard.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
No.
Nothing wrong with that.
That's exactly what I do.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I did.
Significant shrinkage.
I'm not sure there was, Pledge. Honestly, were you there?
There's only so much that you can work with when it comes to shrinkage.
I'm just saying.
I didn't see you there, Pledge. Were you there?
All day?
Well, it might have been a little pruny. I mean, that's possible. I don't know. No, it was good. When they left, the wife and I went to the Rue Pub last night. Yeah. We had to get out of the house after that. So that was good. It was a fun weekend. Great weekend. So, again, and I'm just so happy that the Spurs did what they did in Game 4 to even the series up and to make it a 2-2 series and to just have the excitement because we know, worst case scenario, we've got 2 games left. Tonight and then obviously Thursday night. And I don't want the series to end.
It's odd that you say it that way. I want it to end.
Well,
and again, I say that knowing the Knicks are resting, they're done. Finals start June 3rd.
They do.
And you think about time off and balancing time off. But the way the Knicks have rolled through the postseason, and dare I say, have they been tested? But as physical and as difficult as the Western Conference Finals are, whether it be the Spurs or the Thunder, whoever advances is going to have a little bit of a disadvantage, although they will have home court advantage. Games 1 and 2 will either be San Antonio or Oklahoma City. But the rest and the injury factor, and now granted, I had Spurs in 6, so I'm hoping that the Spurs take care of business tonight, and then Thursday night, back here in San Antonio, close it out in front of the home crowd, but get as much rest as you can, because we have seen Vic, when he looks tired and his shot is short, what do you do? And if you're Mitch and you look at the numbers, and we know analytics are a big part of everything that's going on, when Wemby is on the court, the Thunder can't score.
They can't.
When Wemby is off the court, they score like nobody's playing defense at all. Wemby is going to have to continue to play extended minutes in this series.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Look, he'll have to play extended minutes in the next series. It's just the way that it's got to be at this point in time, and that's no disrespect to anybody else on this team. But he's the man, and he's the leader of this team, and there you go. So selfishly, I want to see a Game 7. I said OKC in 7 games, and I did that all for you Spurs fans, just to jinx OKC. And so far, it's working. I'll be honest with you. Yeah, they're injured. They're banged up. 2 of their best guys. The Joe Jinx is right on tap.
The Spurs just have to take full advantage, but the aggressive starts that they've had the last couple of games. And then you're up 15-0. And I think we all hate those kind of starts, and maybe it's just listening to Greg Popovich for a gazillion years, how much he hated him, because nature says you're going to let off the gas a little bit, and they're going to make a run, and can you get things kick-started? But Game 3 was such a disaster. And just being honest, you look at Game 4, Spurs get off to a great start, Oklahoma City, were they lacking the urgency, knowing that they got what they wanted, and that was reclaiming home court? And were they conserving energy for a Game 5? And again, we'll never know, but that's always the concern.
Well, it is a concern. You're right. They did what they wanted to do. Obviously, any team would like to win every game, but it's you got that first one, and so I think it is human nature just to kind of relax a little bit. Although the Spurs came out a desperate ball club. They did, knowing they had to win that thing because, it's a whole different ball game when you're talking about a 3-1 deficit going up to OKC for a Game 5. You're in trouble, and the Spurs knew it, and they knew exactly what they had to do. They were aggressive. They played well. It might have been the best overall performance of the series, to be totally honest with you. I don't know. I'd have to look back at some of these. But overall, defensively, offensively, the whole shooting match might have been the Spurs' best game of this series.
Except for Julian Champagny, who was 1 of 7, 0 of 5 from 3. That dude has to show up. Keldon Johnson, the 6th man of the year, he was 3 of 12, 0 of 4 from 3. That dude needs to show up tonight.
Well, yeah, everybody. They all do. And Oklahoma City, I'm wondering what they're going to do and how they're going to counter what Mitch Johnson was able to do in Game 4 because he came out with a different defense, and it made a hell of a lot of difference. So, but they'll have some tricks up their sleeve too, I'm sure. Still waiting on the injury report to be released when it comes to OKC. And we already know that A.J. Mitchell is out, but Jalen Williams is questionable. He is a game-time decision. So it will be interesting to see if he plays or not. Obviously, that makes a big difference. And you said it earlier, Mithcell, the Spurs, if those two guys are not playing tonight, they got to take advantage of it. You have to get that done. That is for sure. A lot of Spurs basketball talk today, obviously, because, well, it's the Western Conference Finals. There was a dude playing tennis at the French Open yesterday.
Poor dude.
And we're talking about nature calling.
Uh-huh.
This dude was saying all kinds of bad words about poo and on the court and all that kind of stuff.
He didn't use that word.
Well, no, he didn't. He used the S word. But that's all right. We'll hear from him. Plus, a woman gets shot by a dog. Crazy talk. We'll talk about it. We continue here on The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
KTFM Floresville. The San Antonio Sports Star studios are powered by San Antonio Metro Health. Asthma Awareness Month is a reminder from Metro Health. Know your triggers, work your plan, and don't let asthma keep you out of the game. Go Spurs, go.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Real Success. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at ourrealsuccess.com.
Do you want to learn how to make money flipping houses and acquiring rental properties right here in San Antonio without using your own money? You'll learn to flip houses and secure rental properties in your spare time to get on track towards real wealth building. We're offering a handful of motivated individuals the opportunity to attend our workshop right here in San Antonio for free. That's right, we'll give you 2 free tickets when you text FLIP to 64,000. San Antonio is the perfect market to flip houses and build rental income. Don't miss this opportunity. Come to a complimentary live 2-hour workshop this week right here in San Antonio and learn how to start making money flipping homes and building long-term wealth with rental properties. To get 2 free tickets, text FLIP to 64,000. Text in the next 10 minutes, and registrants will also receive a free copy of our Funding for Deals guide. Text FLIP to 64,000 for 2 complimentary tickets. Text FLIP to 64,000.
Hello.
I didn't make it into medical school, Dad.
Huh?
I didn't have an A in all my subjects, so I can't get in.
What do you mean, all these years I supported you, all the money I poured into your education, you don't get all A's? What was your bad subject? Chemistry, physiology, what?
No, Dad, spelling.
Spelling?
Yeah.
What, was it some funny microorganisms you couldn't spell or what?
No, Kinetico.
Kinetico?
Yeah.
You mean the water conditioner that uses no electricity? Are you kidding? Everybody knows how to spell Kinetico.
Not me.
Everybody knows Kinetico is the water conditioning company that revolutionized the water industry.
Sorry, Dad.
Everybody knows that Kinetico is spelled Kinetico.
I thought the instructor said Connecticut. That
Oh,
means Coast
son,
Little
you should have remembered kinetic as in kinetic energy with an O on the end. Kinetico.
Kinetico. Spell it Kinetico.
The last water softener you'll ever own. Kinetico.
TSAOG.com.
Your summer starts now with Memorial Day deals at the Home Depot. It's time to fire up summer cookouts with the Next Grill 4-burner gas grill on special buy for only $199. And entertain all season with the Hampton Bay West Grove 7-piece outdoor dining set for only $499. This Memorial Day, get low prices guaranteed at the Home Depot. While supplies last, pricing valid May 14th through May 27th. U.S. only, exclusions apply. See homedepot.com/price match for details.
Did you hear? Allstate car insurance now costs even less. So when you bundle with home, you can save even more. Check Allstate first to bundle and save with a new lower auto rate. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings may vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Let's be honest. Watching the Rangers is better when you got something on the line. On Rangers game days, call your shot with the morning huddles. Rangers double dinger payday. Play ball! Pick the Ranger you think will send one into the seats. He hits one, you're going to a Rangers game. He hits two. Now you've just been upgraded. Tickets and a hotel stay. That's what we call getting paid. Wake up with the Morning Huddle. Make your pick and win with the Morning Huddle's Rangers Double Dinger Payday. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Texas Rangers. San Antonio's Sports Center.
It is game day, San Antonio. Game 5 tonight in Oklahoma City. Spurs and the Thunder all tied up at 2 games apiece. They'll tip at 7:30. You can watch that game on NBC and streaming on Peacock. Thunder will not have A.J. Mitchell. Jalen Williams is questionable. Also tonight, the Coach of the Year is going to be announced. Of course, Spurs head coach Mitch Johnson is a finalist, along with Celtics head coach Joe Mazzulla and Pistons head coach J.B. Bickerstaff.
SportsCenter is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
From the studios of San Antonio's Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Blitz. 2 decades on the radio, Jason Minix. 2 decades on TV, Joe Reinagel. 2 San Antonio sports voices you've trusted for years. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
On a Tuesday, it feels like a Monday, but it is a game day, and that makes it all good. Hi, everybody. Thanks for spending a little time with us here on the Blitz, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. He's Jason Minix, and Jason, again, I mean, I know I've said this 4 times or a number of times, but I can't wait for tonight's game.
Yep.
That's why he's the best in the business right there, I'll tell you.
Dude, the excitement level is off the chart. I cannot wait for this show to end at 6 just because it's hot as hell in this studio.
Yes.
And feels like it's getting hotter when they said it was getting better, right?
That's what they told us. I think they just told us that to psych ourselves up or expect good things.
Can we do our show from somewhere else?
That's it. We need to, if this is still out tomorrow, we need to go in the lounge.
Well, we should be in the lounge now.
Well, I'm just saying.
I mean, can we have Caden set up in the lounge and we can just go over there in one of the breaks coming up? We got to do something. This is stupid. Or you know, even a text from Joe earlier, because I got here before him, and I'm like, it's 1,000 degrees in the studio. And what was your response? Do I have to come to work? Can we do the show at your house or mine?
Yes.
Yes. That should have been the answer.
Well, that's kind of what I was waiting to hear. I never got an answer to that text, by the way.
Well, because I asked the boss, and he was like, well, let me talk.
We will survive, and I promise you, we will not be in our skivvies.
Yes.
You know, those guys have it easy in the morning. I mean, hell, it's overnight. It can't be that hot. I mean, the studio's been baking all day by the time we get in here. What a bunch of wieners.
They are.
I love wieners. Well,
I was waiting for that. Yeah. You're a little, was it hot in there? You're moving a little slow? Why are you still wearing a sport coat? Pledge is in a full suit.
He really is. Hey, I don't know. Well, it's either that or a sweater or a sweatshirt. You know, it could be 150 outside, and Pledge is wearing a sweatshirt.
That was true. Kids these days.
I know it.
We got a lot to get into when it comes to the San Antonio Spurs, and we will do that coming up. Right now, though, let's do the Headline Blitz.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. Brought to you by Novu Brazil Brewery in North Star Mall. Two guys, two opinions, never enough time.
You know, there are stories, and then there are stories that if you survive them, you're going to be telling for years.
I don't know if I would tell this, and I'm not sure which story you're going to, but...
Well, and again, if you survive this, you've got a story to tell, because how dumb can you be? But there is a woman in Nebraska who got shot by a dog.
A dog.
A dog. Now, this is important because I know here in Texas, a lot of people have guns that are in their trucks. And this woman has a couple of guns in devices on the back seat, right? And she's got a dog in the back that's jumping around and pulled the trigger somehow.
Well, I just stepped on it the wrong way, and it was actually a lady waiting at a red light.
Yep.
And she had her arm out of the car, and I guess one of the pellets from the shotgun hit her in the arm. But, yeah, you're just driving by, and all of a sudden it's like, ow, what the?
Now, it's a shotgun. It fired through the door as the dog was running around back there, and somehow accidentally, I love how the article, the dog accidentally pulled the trigger.
Well, I don't know. Dogs are pretty damn smart, Minix.
I mean, was it an accident?
I don't know.
Or did the dog not get its treat?
We'll never know.
And just the randomness of, is it your time or not? A passerby waiting at the red light is the one that took some bullet fragments.
Yeah. She's going to survive, though. Hit her in the arm. There's no life-threatening problems here. So, but the dog's a hell of a shot, apparently.
Well, I mean, that dog being that close to the gun and the noise, probably more scared than the woman who got shot.
Yeah, there's probably a cleanup on the back seat after that.
Man.
I would imagine.
Now, you talk about cleanup. An airplane,
dude,
a small airplane, a Cessna, and a paraglider collided midair.
If you haven't seen this video, you need to go find it, because it is just scary as hell. And this, fortunately, nobody had any. I mean, everybody survived.
Yep.
Especially the paraglider person, and I think it was a female paraglider. And you can hear her. Obviously, she's scared, but I'm happy to know that she had an emergency parachute, and she was okay.
The 1 in a million. I hope she goes and buys a lottery ticket.
No
because
kidding.
It's like, again, my daughter loves to go skydiving.
Uh-huh.
I am not jumping out of a perfectly good airplane.
I'm not either.
My daughter was in Vegas over the weekend and sent a video. She jumped off the stratosphere. You know how you could do that? And I'm like, why would you do that? Why? But you watch the video and looks fun. There's no way in hell I'm doing it.
No, it doesn't look fun.
It does look fun.
Dude,
when somebody else is doing it. When it's not your kid doing it.
I wouldn't think the stratosphere is tall enough where the parachute could actually do its job.
Well, yeah. Have you seen the stratosphere?
I've seen the stratosphere, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, she's not parachuting. She's on a rope and jumps off. It's almost like bungee jumping, but you land.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
But still, not a fan.
No.
Not a fan.
Not doing it.
Not a fan. Now,
wow.
I know you watch a lot of tennis, Joe.
What Joe are you talking to?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Guy at Roland Garros. I can't imagine trying to play tennis or anything for that matter when you've got the runs, right?
Well, yeah.
I mean, it's one thing when you've just got to go, but if you are dealing with diarrhea, the fact that you're running on the court, the way you have to do certain things, you're waiting for an accident to happen. And this guy was Arthur Gee. Is that how you say his name?
I think so.
Whatever, right? The judge didn't want to give him a bathroom break, and this guy went ballistic.
Hey, I'm going to in the court. You can see him after the game. No, but I can't. Just explain the situation, please. Who is the doctor? I'm going to the court.
I can't give him extra time.
Is that for a medical reason? Or? Yeah, I'm sick.
Do we know anything about that?
No. He has some stomach problems.
I have diarrhea. You speak French, right?
Yes, if it's urgent, he can do that.
Now,
Tennis audio only hits different.
I'm calling BS on this guy,
Oh,
and I'll tell you why. Every time I've ever had the runs, there's no way I'm standing there having a conversation with anybody. I'm running off the court and hoping I get there.
Well,
I mean, this dude, seriously, if he truly
maybe
was an
he
emergency,
has stronger muscles than you.
Not when it's liquefied.
Oh. When you got a turd playing peekaboo with your underwear, you don't have time for conversation. You just got to go.
Well, yeah, and especially if this guy's sick and he's had stomach problems, and that's no turd playing peekaboo, dude.
Yeah.
That's just a liquid river. That's it.
Stop.
Stop it. Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. Oh, I digress.
What do you say to that? Willy Wonka?
Hey, Willie had that chocolate river floating through his factory.
Trying to shove it up their ass.
Well, he was probably hoping he had something to shove up there.
That's kind of what it's like at my house right now.
I understand. I know what you're going through, my friend. So I kind of call BS on this guy. He just needed to get off the court for a minute, and that was the best thing. But the bleeped out part was funny.
No,
because he said he was going to S on the effing court.
all over the court, which you can't have that.
No.
I mean, if the guy's got explosive diarrhea. Now, good friend Crash Gillespie is texting in.
Oh, my.
Now, Crash is a tennis pro.
Uh-huh.
This guy is so good at tennis, he'll take you on and wear, like, flippers to go diving and still kick your ass.
Sure,
right?
yeah.
He's like, all right, 2 times this year y'all have talked about tennis. Yeehaw. Bad publicity is better than no publicity at all. But he doesn't say if he's ever had the runs in the middle of a match.
Well, I don't know. Do you admit that? And
how do you deny that if you've got the runs in the middle of a match? Should there be an exception made to the rule?
Well, I guess there should be, but according to what I read in this article, that's not supposed to happen. You have to get permission to do that. And then if you're the opponent over there, I'm going, no, don't let him go.
Well, you got to switch sides eventually. Get off the court.
I don't care, man. I'd rather have that guy with stuff running down his leg than, having to let him go take a potty break.
If some of that gets on the yellow ball? I mean.
As long as I win, I don't care.
You say that now. I know you too well, Joe.
Unbelievable.
You got to switch sides of the court. They're playing on that clay, so it just, ugh.
Crash has never had diarrhea issues.
Okay, well, good.
While playing tennis.
Good for him.
But I've seen Joe step in deer poop on a golf course and freak out. So I can only imagine if he was playing with somebody that had the runs.
That's his problem.
You'd be mad as hell if
well,
you had
they get the little ball guy to come out there and squeegee it off.
It's not a regular court. They're at Roland Garros.
Yeah, the little ball guy.
Whatever. They let the guy go.
The little ball guy.
I'm still calling BS on this
the little
because
ball guy.
I'm telling you.
What do you have on your resume? I was the little ball guy at Roland Garros.
I saw a reel the other day, man. Some of these tennis players don't treat those kids very well.
I mean, they're country club types. What do you
I'm
expect?
sure Crash is very nice to the ball kids.
He is now. In his younger days, he was just like the other ones.
I don't know. I call BS on him. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. New York Knicks have not been in the final since 1999. Remember who they played, boys and girls? The San Antonio Spurs. We could have a rematch of that final series, which turned out very good for your San Antonio Spurs. They won their first championship. There were a lot of things that just weren't available back in 1999 that are today. We're talking about it when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Got a buddy who thinks he knows baseball? Perfect. on Rangers game days. Prove it with the Morning Huddle's Rangers Double Dinger Payday. Pick the Ranger you think will launch it out of here. He hits one, you and a friend are headed to a Rangers game. He hits two. Now, you've got tickets and hotel. Yeah, you're making a night of it, and your buddy's buying the first round. Wake up with the Morning Huddle. Call your shot and win the Morning Huddle's Rangers Double Dinger Payday. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Texas Rangers.
The Headline Blitz is brought to you by Novo Brewery, San Antonio's newest sports watching destination with over 80 feet of video walls, 60 craft beers, and hard kombucha on tap. A full bar and delicious menu. Novo Brewery is attached to North Star Mall and open late hours. San Antonio's playoff headquarters has arrived. Novo Brewery features 80 feet of video walls, craft beers, hard kombucha on tap, and the food menu that means business. Thick-cut ribeye, picanha prime sirloin, Brazilian empanadas, stacked burgers, carne asada fries, and more. And with its own private entrance separate from North Star Mall, no hassle, just you, your crew, and the biggest screens in the city at Novo Brewery. Open late. Visit novobrew.com. Novo Brewery. Come hungry. Stay for the game.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Welcome to Markdowns for Miles at AutoZone.
Got any markdowns on oil?
We've got many markdowns on oil.
How about on that new STP Any Mileage?
You'll save $5 when you buy 5 quarts of STP Any Mileage with an oil filter and get up to 5,000 miles of protection.
Heck of a markdown for quite a lot of miles.
At AutoZone. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Restrictions apply.
She was the sister who went unnoticed.
A daffodil might look plain next to a lily, but on its own there is much to be admired.
Now, her greatest chapter is yet to come.
The most important thing is to be yourself.
From the world of Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice comes a new BritBox original drama,
Mary, you will flourish.
Based on the best-selling novel, The Other Bennett Sister, now streaming only on BritBox. Watch with a free trial at BritBox.com.
Furnished by IntelliBrands. Whether because of discomfort, lack of mobility, your lifestyle, or occupation, you sit inactively way too many hours a day. Get an Ellipse, the premium quality automatic seated exerciser that strengthens legs, increases mobility, and boosts circulation without physical strain or impact. Improve your flexibility and balance. Strengthen and tone your legs.
My joints feel better, my knees feel better, my back feels better, and it makes me feel stronger too.
My circulation is moving. I'm burning calories, and it makes me feel energetic.
It's so quiet that none of my coworkers even know I'm using it.
Call now and order Ellipse, the seated exerciser that strengthens legs, increases mobility, and boosts circulation. And for a limited time, get a free upgrade to our deluxe bundle with a faster motor, sport mat, and wireless remote. Call 800-555-1212. That's 800-555-1212. 800-555-1212 now. These statements and products have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or condition.
I'm U.S. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy. We all get distracted when we drive, whether it's from our phones or kids in the backseat bickering. But how we handle these distractions can be a matter of life or death. Before you get on the road for your next road trip, please put your phones on silent and take a mental note to focus on driving.
Paid for by NHTSA.
Missions fans, celebrate Tuesdays for the Cultura at Wolf Stadium with AARP $2 Tuesdays. Presented by San Antonio Sports Star. $2 tickets, beer, hot dogs, and more every Tuesday home game. Get your tickets at samissions.com.
It's a game day Tuesday. Happy to be back, although it's a little warm, but it's good to be back. Good to be talking about the Spurs and the Western Conference Finals in a series that is all tied up at 2 games apiece. And man, it's been a great series, exciting series, and I'm looking forward to the next one, which is tonight, by the way, 7:30. I'm Joe. He's Jason.
How you guys feeling about tonight's game? And I don't want to say more urgency because that sounds dumb. Obviously, by now, you've seen series tied 2-2, Game 5 winner, blah, blah, blah. Spurs Thunder specific in their history, this is the 4th playoff series between these two franchises that have been tied 2-2. The Game 5 winner has also won Game 6. There has never been a Game 7 between these two franchises.
That is interesting. Wow.
All 3 previous were tied. The 3 previous that were tied 2-2 were all won by whoever won Game 5. Then they won Game 6. And I know a lot of people are hoping for a Game 7. I had Spurs in 6 to start with. I'm good with that. And also, I think urgency to try to keep this from having a Saturday night Game 7 because the Knicks are already in the finals. They're already resting. And look, their drought almost as long as the Dallas Cowboys. And it's funny because so many people, the Knicks made it back before the Cowboys. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But a lot of things have changed in the world since the last time the Knicks were in the NBA Finals.
Things that didn't exist the last time the Knicks were in the NBA Finals. The iPhone. The iPod Shuffle. Harry Potter movies. All of these social media apps. Gmail. This Spurs starting lineup. None of them were alive yet.
Wow.
The Marvel Cinematic Universe. The Nintendo DS. The show Survivor. The term selfie. Me. I didn't exist yet. I'm 25 years old. I hadn't been born. Knicks fans, it's been a while. Congratulations.
Unbelievable. When I listened to that for the first time and heard the entire Spurs starting lineup was not around in 1999, that was kind of eye-opening.
I kind of thought De'Aaron Fox should have been around in 99, right?
I don't know.
But I guess
what
not.
Is he, 20?
Less than 27, apparently.
Obviously that, yeah.
I mean, it is funny because he's the old guy in the starting lineup. And then, of course, you have, a Harrison Barnes, if you will. But it is nuts. And when, let me phrase it that way, the Cowboys make it, you're going to get a lot of similar type of things. Because, it is funny. You think about stuff that we just take for granted today. But, yeah, the iPhone and all these apps and streaming television and apparently everybody. Well, it is nuts and comical.
According to Pledge, who just looked this up, Fox is 28 years old.
So a 27-year-old can't do math, and she goes on social media.
Yeah, she was.
Molly Morrison, by the way.
Molly, you got one wrong,
darling.
Voice
of that.
You got one wrong. That's all right, though. We'll forgive you.
Well, maybe she looked at the starting lineup when Fox was out.
I was surprised that Survivor was not around, and I thought that'd been around since the 50s.
Well, it feels that way, but I think that started somewhere around the year 2000, and Richard Hatch became a household name.
Do people actually still watch that show?
A lot of people.
Really?
Apparently. Well, R.J. Ochoa he's the only one that I know. But then Savannah Savannah just won 49, was on 50, and her Survivor fame is just incredible.
See, if they're already at 50, then that was around too.
Well, they don't do one a year.
Of course they do.
No, they do more than one a year.
Oh, they do?
Yeah. Come on, Mr. CBS.
Dude.
I mean,
I watched the first season, and I haven't watched it since.
I'm that way.
It was like I have no issue. No problem. Not watching that.
Summer of 2000.
Okay. Summer of 2000. All right.
First ever episode.
Well, that's great. And not going to watch it. You know, a lot of people, though, are rooting, including the New York fans. Again, they had the chant last night talking about we want Wemby. We want Wemby. Well, they're not the only ones. Big Shaq Daddy, he wants them too.
I would like it to be the Spurs versus the Knicks because I would like to see Wemby in person. You know, when you sit here and watch him on TV, it's magnificent, but I would like to see him in person. I can remember in high school watching Jordan on just, you know, watching him on TV. And then I went to a game one time. I was like, oh, he's real. So I know Wemby's real, but I would just like to see that in person.
I wouldn't mind a Spurs-Knicks series, a little rematch of that, although the Knicks scare me a little bit. I won't lie to you, but I think again, as well as the Knicks are playing, I still believe that whoever comes out of this Western Conference Final Series is going to end up being the NBA champion.
You know, I think in all seriousness, in the fun and games part of the conspiracy, the NBA wants Thunder and Knicks because the NBA store had Oklahoma City and New York under their finals bound where you can buy gear. And, yeah, shirts are made for everybody, right?
Yes.
But when you look at the viewing numbers that NBC has put up, it's because of Wemby. And when you look at the international audience, and I realize SGA is not from here, he's from Canada, but Wemby is such a draw. I would like to think that the NBA, if they did have a preferred choice, would actually be San Antonio, not Oklahoma City, just from a viewership standpoint. You know, Shaq, and again, Shaq's being selfish, but I appreciate it as a broadcaster because he wants to see him in person. He knows he's going to be on set. His job doesn't allow him to go to a lot of games in person because they're always in studio, but they will be there, and I want to see this guy play in person. When you hear somebody like Shaq talk about wanting to watch a specific player, when you hear people that can go to whatever game say, I would pay money to watch him in person, you know you are special. And I think Shaq is very sincere with, dude, I want to see him play in person because he doesn't ever get the opportunity to actually watch in person. And when you're watching him in person, you see things, a lot of things, that you don't see on television.
This is true. Absolutely true. By the way, Fred on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page says Jeremy Sohan is in the NBA Finals.
Okay.
I'm just saying. He made it.
Great, Fred. He's there.
I don't know if he contributed much. I don't recall seeing him on the floor very much. However, he is there, and his former teammates might just as well be there also.
The idea of an in-season trade, and yes, he gets to the NBA Finals, and good for him. He was not helping this team, and he wouldn't be a difference maker in reality. Now, there are some times when you wanted that toughness guy, like the Minnesota series, where you kind of missed somebody like that, but the reality is the Spurs are better off. And give Mitch Johnson a lot of credit for making that decision. And that was one of, like, you're not helping us and you're becoming a distraction, get out. And Mitch has proven this guy can coach with all kinds of distractions. I don't know if you've seen those 4 massive distractions that
Yes.
keep showing
How
up
can you
on
miss
television,
that?
right? It is weird in San Antonio where you have 4 nuns on one end of the court and 2, whatever they are, OnlyFans, Instagram influencers, whatever, but and he's concentrating with those right behind him. It's hard to concentrate as a fan with, like, now who are those girls?
Well, I mean, yeah. Look, we don't know what he's doing. You know, during timeouts and stuff, he might have his eyes squarely on those big boobs.
I mean, look, I think it's brilliant. Put those there, so he has to focus on the play and not the crowd because, you know, his wife is in the building, and if he's got staring, he doesn't want to get in trouble at home. So it's actually a help, I think, to Mitch Johnson to make him focus a little. No, I'm kidding. But it is kind of funny. You got the 4 nuns who, by the way, I hope somebody gets them to Oklahoma City tonight. Some of those rich people get those nuns to OKC.
Somebody's bound to be able to foot that bill to get them there. It's not that expensive. And I hear that there's going to be a lot of OKC fans dressed as nuns tonight.
That doesn't count, but Luke Cornett, he got blessed. Luke Cornett could afford to get him there. They should fly on the team plane.
Well, I mean, De'Aaron Fox could get him there.
All of them could.
Everybody could get him there.
But, I mean, Luke is the one who got blessed and then had one hell of a game.
I mean, sure, get the nuns, but I would also like those 4 others right behind Mitch for tonight, too.
I would like those 4 others at the Root Club. Did I say that out loud?
You did, yes, you did. But that's okay. Dude, the Root Pub, you have no issues. There's a dime a dozen.
Well,
okay, so, I mean, you got no problems. You don't need to add 2. I mean, you could. Add 4.
I mean, are you saying that there's already too much there?
There's never too much.
Yeah, yes.
I'm just saying. I mean, but if you don't need them there to have eye full.
The idea that the NBC cameraman does a really good job of not showing their faces.
Well, he's a damn good photographer.
He is.
You know?
He is.
Damn good photographer.
Oh, that's a great idea, Jim.
Absolutely it is. So we'll see what happens. I do hope. I'm sure somebody got those nuns there. I mean, I'm assuming they can leave.
Well, they can get off work. I mean, they were at a game on a Sunday, so they can get off work on a Tuesday.
Yeah, but they were. It was a higher calling that they were going for.
Look, David Robinson, Tim Duncan, Wemby. God loves the San Antonio Spurs.
Well,
those nuns need to be in Oklahoma City.
This is absolutely true. I'm sure somebody got them there, and you know NBC's going to be all over that.
Yes.
So we'll and the other 2 or other 4, I'm not sure they'll be there, but you never know. What kind of talent does OKC have?
Not that from what I've seen.
I mean, there's talent everywhere.
Ding, 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 ding.
There's
nothing wrong with that, all right?
It's not Arkansas, but it's close.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
So I say God loves the San Antonio Spurs. Pledge says, play the LeBron clip where he says Spurs are just lucky as.
He has the ability to do things that we haven't seen in our league, like, ever.
Yeah.
But his IQ, like, you could tell by the way he talks, you could tell by his demeanor, like, you know, he knows the game. He was taught the game the right way. And San Antonio continues to get lucky as with these generational, talented, IQ, smart, but like, listen, keep the main thing. You know, David Robinson, Tim Duncan, and now Wemby. Like, you know, guys who just, they have this
dead serious.
They have this dead serious mentality. You know, they have these blinders, these horse blinders on, and they like, the mission is the mission, and that's all that matters, you know. And, you know, it's pretty remarkable to see.
I mean, he's not wrong. They have been very fortunate. There's no question about that. So, look, I've always said this. I'd rather be lucky than good. All right. I mean, if you're lucky, you've got some luck in life, you're gonna do great things. And the Spurs have had some luck, and well, there you go.
You know, and other people that are lucky in life, It's a Secret on Instagram just sent me a couple of direct messages to these ladies' pages.
Oh, they have pages?
Of course they do.
Yeah,
okay.
I saw one of them. I didn't see the other ones.
I just got sent 2 of them.
Are you going to share?
Am I going to send them to you?
Well, yeah.
Of course.
I mean, it's research. It's work.
It is show
work,
research,
work.
But these videos, let's see. Oh, yeah, Pledge is already following everybody. I'm kidding. I've got one friend, apparently, that is following this one. I'll give you one guess, Ryan Nagel. He used to work at Channel 5.
Uh-huh. Oh, one of them used to work at Channel 5? No way.
Do you even know how to look at Instagram?
Well, kind of.
See where it says followed by?
Oh, I thought you meant one of the
No.
ladies. Well, that surprises no one.
No,
does it?
it doesn't. It really doesn't. But the page is nice.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to do a little bit of show research.
Well, we're obligated to do that.
Now, it doesn't say she's OnlyFans, but she certainly has the views. Actually, let's check the link. Actually, it doesn't have. Oh, yep, that's OnlyFans. Yep. She's working. She's trying to gain your business.
Doing some in-depth research over there?
Well, you can't, can't blame a girl for just, being ambitious with the talent God gave her. Or it could have been a doctor who gave her those. I don't know. Either way.
It's hard. Yeah, it's definitely hard.
It's talent. It's talent.
Yes, talent. Spurs basketball, that's what we're talking about.
Are we?
Well, I think so. Or
Big game 5 tonight. Big game 5 tonight.
It was game 4 the other night, was it not?
Yes.
Right behind old Mitch. Coach Mitch. We're talking about it. We continue here on the Blitz. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
First, let me tell you about Sammy's Embroidery and Printing down on San Pedro. If you need your logo on any kind of gear, you need promotional items, you need to go see Sam. Golf shirts, fishing shirts, dress shirts, you need your logo on anything. Sam has all the big-name brands, North Face, Eddie Bauer, Nike, Under Armour, Adidas, Travis Mathew, Port Authority, even now carries a full line of Tommy Bahama. You need T-shirts, screen printed, Sam will get you taken care of. If you need caps done, Sam has over 25,000 caps and more than 75 color combinations on display in his showroom, including the popular Richardson 112 style trucker caps, Katie caps, Nike, and Cap America, to name a few. Over 700 uniform lines to choose from. And if you do own a business, Sam's new sign shop can do signs, banners, flags, car magnets, vehicle wraps, window decals, and so much more. I don't know what Sam doesn't do. So if you need it done, call Sammy's Embroidery and Printing at 210-824-3900. Nobody has better prices. No order too big, no order too small. Go by and see him in that massive showroom down on San Pedro, a mile inside Loop 410 across from the McDonald's, or check the website, samsembroidery.com, for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Coming up on the Morning Huddle, Game 5. Did the Spurs take control of the series, or are their backs against the wall?
All the fallout from Game 5. What happens next, whether they win or lose? Draft around the corner. News coming out of the Star. Is Pickens going to sign long term? We'll talk about that too. Party starts early. Get here at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
When snack time calls, Pork Rinds answers. Be your own crunch time hero with Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds. Skip the chip and go straight for the ultimate crunch that's low carb, high protein, and loaded with bold flavor. We're talking sweet barbecue or hot honey. Yeah, it's that good. Snack smarter, crunch harder. Stock up on Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds at H-E-B or head to porkrinds.com. Make Southern Recipe your crunch time hero.
Support comes from Amazon Business. You can't rely on guesswork to run your business. With smart business buying, innovative AI tools optimize your purchasing experience, paired with delivery options built for business. Empower your team today. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
Giving your liver a spring cleaning is easy with Active Liver from New Nordic, the delicious daily detox that will keep you feeling your best. Search for Active Liver by New Nordic on Amazon or pick up some at your local CVS, Wegmans, or GNC.
Your summer starts now with Memorial Day deals at the Home Depot. It's time to fire up summer cookouts with the Next Grill 4-burner gas grill on special buy for only $199. And entertain all season with the Hampton Bay West Grove 7-piece outdoor dining set for only $499. This Memorial Day, get low prices guaranteed at the Home Depot. While supplies last, price and valid May 14th through May 27th. U.S. only, exclusions apply. See homedepot.com/price match for details.
The Morning Huddle.
I told my wife whenever I get cremated, make sure you tell the guy, oh, he had gout.
Yeah, he's yeah, there's going to be some stuff left over.
So really, you got to turn the heat up just a little bit more. He's carried a lot of grease, a lot of gout. So. I like to imagine
It's gonna be like a out of control grease fire. You're not gonna be able to put it out.
I like to imagine that the alcohol in me is going to help burn all the extra
Yeah,
grease.
it burns
and fat.
a blue flame. Hey, this one smells like a 17-year-old's ashtray. He smells like weed.
No, it smells like bourbon in here.
It smells like bourbon and weed.
The Morning Huddle with AJ and Rob. Weekday mornings 6 to 10. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Thanks for spending a part of your Tuesday with us here on the Blitz, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. However you're doing that, we do appreciate that. You can go to our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page and like, subscribe, and you can comment there about anything we're talking about. Obviously, it's heavy Spurs today because, well, it's Game 5 tonight between the Spurs and the OKC Thunder. I'm Joe Reinagle. He's Jason Minix. And, Jason, I don't know, but obviously we have no windows in here, so I have no clue. But a lot of people are saying that, well, there's a little rain coming to San Antonio.
Rain I can deal with as long as there's no thunder.
I see what you did there.
Now granted, it is the perfect storm because there is a heat wave in the San Antonio Sports Star studio. Now, since we started the show, there's a dude on the door, dude right outside the door to the studio that's on a ladder. Yeah. And half of him is in the ceiling. I don't know what the hell he's doing up there, but it's gotten hotter in here. It was cooling off, and then they had this, temperature gun. And said it was cooling off. They checked it at 84. And so it had come down about 10 degrees. And I noticed a lot of you on our YouTube are like, dude, the flags are blowing in the background. Yeah, the fan's on high, and if you hear it and it's annoying, I don't give a damn because otherwise we couldn't sit in this studio.
No, there'd be no way. The door's open to the studio, so, there's people out there talking, doing whatever. It doesn't matter. It's a little warm in the studio. I think the thermometer up here says 86. I can't really
I don't even know if that works.
I have no idea.
I want that gun thing where the guy didn't even come in here because it's too hot, but he just pointed and he was like, yeah, I still got work to do.
Did you notice that dude? He was like, he's all business. He's got no time to mess around with a couple of goofy radio guys. Yeah, he's got to get back to work.
Well, I mean, you know what it's like when somebody's standing over you watching you work, right?
Well, sure, I guess. People do that to us all the time.
Well, I mean, I'm not telling you how to do your job because I don't know, but damn it, do your job faster.
Yeah, dude, come on.
When the AC went out, what, Thursday?
No, it was actually Wednesday, wasn't it? When we had the league, because we weren't in studio Thursday or Friday.
Okay, so it's been a week.
Yeah.
It's been a week.
It has. But holiday weekend. Who knows?
Care.
I don't know.
I don't care. Fix it.
Fix it. Yes. Fix it.
I'm not asking Joe because I know his head will explode. In your mind, 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776, do you have must-win mentality for the Spurs heading into tonight's game? No, I'm not saying must-win mentality.
Well, what's the difference?
One word. Because by definition, it's not a must-win. But for the San Antonio Spurs, on the road, in a 2-2 series, and again, the history is all on the side of whoever wins tonight. Now, it's not 100%, but might as well be. The last 8 series that have gone 2-2, the Game 5 winner has gone on to win the series. Now, every game is big. Keldon Johnson called it the biggest game of the year.
Yeah, this is the biggest game of the season right here tonight. This game is important. It's 2-2. It's going to be a dogfight. It's going to be tough. But I feel like we built for the moment, and we built for these times, and I feel like we'll show that tonight.
Well, let's hope so, and I believe they are too. And the good news for the Spurs is they're healthy. They've got everybody. Nobody now. I mean, their injury report is clean. Nobody's on there. There's nothing. So
that doesn't mean they're healthy, though.
Well, of course, but they're able to play.
Yep.
And so that's the big deal. I mean, just being available to get out there and play. And because look, I don't think De'Aaron Fox certainly isn't 100%. He's been playing through pain since he got back, but he's out there and he's doing what he can and doing it pretty well, actually. So A.J. Mithcell for the Thunder will not play tonight. He's got that calf strain. And then Jalen Williams for the Thunder is questionable, and they're saying game-time decision. He re-injured that hamstring. What was that, game 2? Not sure. It was early in the series, so it was game 2. So don't know if he's going to play. And if neither one of those guys are on the floor tonight, Spurs need to take advantage of that. Well, it's just unfortunate for them, but hell, don't feel sorry for them. Go out and kick their ass.
The being in must-win mode, and you look at a guy like De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox, there's been times, and I'll go back to what we heard from Mitch Johnson in that first-round series against Portland, when he said he basically, paraphrasing, subtly reminded De'Aaron Fox that he needs to be aggressive from the get-go.
Yep.
He said he didn't have to challenge him, but reminded him, get your stuff going because then everything else will fall into place. And De'Aaron Fox, when you look at it and you go through the numbers, he's better on the road. He's averaging 19.4 points on the road. I don't know what it is. He's better in the hostile environment, if you will. And if the Thunder are going to focus on Wemby, which they have, then that should open the door for De'Aaron Fox to do what he's been doing. But I expect Wemby to be Wemby tonight. And Wemby seems to, in these kind of moments, understand his overall responsibilities. You look at De'Aaron Fox was, 5 of 13 the other night, and Steph Castle was 5 of 11, 13 and 12 from those guys. Vassell's been quietly great in this series. Champagne is a no-show. Keldon Johnson, your 6th man of the year, has been a no-show. Dylan Harper, a bit of a roller coaster. So, in my mind, I'm looking at this. The Spurs' big three of Wemby, Castle, and Fox have to play really big tonight, and you got to get one of those other guys to play better than they have and be what they were during the regular season, which is why the Spurs are in the Western Conference Finals, because as great as the other night was, I don't know that you can bank on Oklahoma City going 6 of 33 from three-point range again, especially in their building. They shot 18%. Spurs weren't that much better. They were 9 of 33, 27%. And typically, if the Spurs shoot the three at that percentage, they are going to lose.
That's absolutely right. Look, you got to figure one of those guys is going to break out. And I'm talking about either Johnson or Champagne from the three-point stripe, because goodness knows Spurs are going to shoot three-pointers. They're going to.
Unfortunately.
So, and that's just, I guess, that's their game. So they're going to take a lot of three-point buckets, hopefully, and they got to make them. Because, again, that old saying is funny and true. You live by the three, you die by it, because if you're cold, you're going to get beat. If you're hitting a bunch, well, there's a good chance you're going to win that game.
And in the reality, because of the injuries to Oklahoma City, and Alex Caruso only took one shot the other night in San Antonio. Just one, because the Spurs changed their defensive philosophy. All of a sudden, the OKC bench didn't destroy the Spurs bench, and that was huge. The turnovers were 13 turnovers for 13 points. Just those differences. And again, there's a happy medium in there somewhere. We've seen the good and we've seen the bad from the Spurs in those areas. But again, as great as that 103-82 win was, SGA only played 30 minutes, 19 points, 6 of 15 shooting. But as a team, they were 6 of 33 from three. That's not happening every game. Sometimes those shots just don't fall. Let's go to the phones at 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Ray, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Hey, missed you guys over the weekend. It just doesn't feel the same without you guys on game day, man. But thank you guys so much for taking my call. And I wouldn't say it's a must-win. Definitely, if we're eyeing winning the series, definitely want to get this one tonight so we can bring it home for Game 6. I just wanted to talk real quick about De'Aaron Fox. There's one of these YouTube guys I follow. He's into props and stuff, and I don't know the exact number, but he mentioned the stat that when players are being guarded by De'Aaron Fox, they're shooting almost 70% from the field. And I also just wanted to point out, last game, Wemby was plus 29, Vassell was plus 27, Castle was plus 25, but De'Aaron Fox was a minus 3, even though we won by 20. I just wanted to get your thoughts on that. I feel like he's too banged up or being targeted too much defensively, and I feel like Harper should get most of the run there.
You know,
that's not going to happen.
You need De'Aaron's offense and his ability to run the offense and get everything set up. And, yeah, you're right. He was a -3, and Champagny was 0. Vassell 27, Wemby plus 29, Castle plus 25. De'Aaron Fox is not there for his defense. We talked about it in Game 1.
We did.
The Spurs were a better defensive team when Dylan Harper is in the starting lineup, but you need what De'Aaron Fox offers offensively.
No, his leadership, just to get the offense rolling, and that's what you need him for. Look, Dylan Harper is great, and he's going to be a big star in this league, but when Fox was out, we all saw what happened. The Spurs are just not the same offensively. Fox brings that, and he's going to bring just that quarterback mentality that you need, and just to get everybody where they're supposed to be and get the ball moving. That's what he does. And the other guys, well, they're just not that great at it. So you need De'Aaron Fox, and he's not 100%, not going to be 100%, but you need him on the floor.
And you could tell where that leg is really bothering him is defensively that reaction time. He's just a little bit slower right now, but you trade what he does for you offensively for what he allows defensively. And again, the other night, along with the 12 points, guy also did have 5 assists. More importantly, 0 turnovers in 30 minutes. 2-0, go back to games 1 and 2 and the 20 turnovers that Steph Castle had. 2-0, 6-5-6.
He's done a lot better job, though, since then.
Because he's not handling the ball as much because De'Aaron Fox is there. Joshua, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
As far as this being a must-win, I normally agree with Joe because he's a big-brained individual, and I do agree with him on the feels like temperature is the dumbest thing made up by big weather just to get weather guys more TV time, but that's neither here nor there. But I do not agree with him on that this can be a must-win even though it doesn't lock the series because this is an absolute must-win for the Spurs.
Well, so let me ask you a question, Joshua. Hold on, Joshua. By your definition there, so you're saying if the Spurs lose tonight, we might as well just not even play anymore because it's over.
Joe, do you honestly think, honest question, do you think the Spurs can go into OKC and win in a Game 7 situation?
Absolutely.
That is going to be a tough crowd. They weren't able to do it in Game 2 after they blew a lead. So it's a tough crowd. It's a tough situation. They also blew a lead at home, and I know Mitch was distracted by the shiny objects behind him, but that is no excuse for losing Game 3. Well, you got to be able to come ready to play.
Well, I totally agree, and they lost home court advantage. And if I understand what you're saying, and everybody's got this must-win, but to me, it's just silly because if the Spurs lose tonight, I mean, we're all going to say, well, the series is over. Might as well not even play Game 6. I mean, right?
No, nobody's going to say that.
Well, but that's what they're saying by calling this a must-win game.
Living in a realistic world, the chances of them winning Game 6 and 7, although that's apparently what Eric Corgi has. And Eric Corgi apparently is never wrong if you trust a little dog. But in reality, the fact that history, statistics, analytics, all of it points to whoever wins tonight is likely to win the series. And you know what? I imagine if you're listening to the sports animal in Oklahoma City right now, they are talking about having a must-win mentality as well.
Well, I think look, if you want to look at it that way, I think Oklahoma City, you want to go back to San Antonio down 3-2. I mean, that for them, it's closer to a must-win in my mind than it is. Like, you get a Game 7. The beauty of a Game 7 is that anything can happen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's one game for all the marbles, and I don't care where you're playing. I see. That's why I just don't like calling a Game 5 or even who was it called, the Game 1 a must-win?
Set the tone.
I mean, it's ridiculous. Now, in my mind, if you feel that way, then so be it.
You have Eric Corgi, and then you have the wardrobe of Husky's wife. And Husky, I hope you dressed your wife today. You're on the Blitz, man.
Hey, yeah. So obviously, I got my wife on a whoopee restriction, so she knows what happens if she doesn't wear the jersey. But besides that, I got a backup plan.
All right.
I got a backup plan. So the backup plan is let's fly all the 3 nuns out to OKC, and that'll guarantee us the W.
Well, there's 4 of them.
Yeah, there's 4. And are you paying for that, Husky? Are you gonna send them? Write a check?
I'm sorry, you're breaking up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
It would not shock me one bit if those nuns are in the building tonight.
I would hope that somebody has taken care of the nuns to get them up there. So hopefully that has happened. Hell, the Spurs, I hope, have taken care of that.
I don't know if maybe they did, but I mean, look,
they got a couple of dollars.
Well, they do.
They're trying to stop people from selling bootleg T-shirts off of Southwest Military, so they could use that money and get the nuns to OKC.
Well, look, somebody will get them there. There's enough rich folks in this town that can foot the bill for 4 airline tickets and
put them on a bus
or you could do that. Yeah, they're nuns. That's probably used to that.
Used to what?
Riding on a bus. I don't know, dude.
The hell does that mean?
I have no idea.
Okay, good.
I have no clue. But then you got tickets. I don't know how much the tickets are.
They're not cheap.
I'm sure they're not.
But that's okay.
So what are we talking about? $5,000, $10,000, maybe? Come on. To some people, that's nothing. Like you. Yeah, you should have foot the bill.
Sorry, you're breaking up?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly right. Oh, my goodness.
Turn his mic off, Pledge.
Yeah, no. Nobody wants to not hear me. Yeah, whatever, dude. See, I got a little button in here, too, now that works.
For now.
Some things work in this studio. That's really nice. I'm pretty happy about it. We're talking a lot of Spurs basketball. I love talking to you folks out there. If you've got something to say, well, you just heard Husky and Joshua and Ray call in. You can sound off as well. 656-3776, 656-ESPN. You can get on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. Bunch of you are, and we appreciate that. And offering your commentary and what you think. And most people think this is a must-win game, Jason. By the way, this just came down. Texas Tech's request for eligibility denied. Their quarterback, what's his name, Sorsby?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's denied. So there you go. That's what's happening. We'll talk about that maybe.
What was the over-under on it not being denied?
I have no idea. Doesn't matter.
Where did Brett have his money?
More Spurs when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you're always tired, just exhausted, no energy, no drive, it's time for you to get into Centergenics or Low T Center because 1 in 4 men has low testosterone. 80% of women experience hormonal imbalance. Centergenics, Low T Center, go in, book a free testosterone test, and see if you qualify for TRT that's customized to your body by expert providers. New female patients, just pay your insurance copay or a $99 flat fee for a full hormone evaluation. Centergenics and Low T Center are the best at what they do. They have been highlighted through the years for having the highest quality testosterone. They only use pharmaceutical-grade testosterone, and every treatment is tailored to you and your body. It's not a standard everybody gets the same thing. And all their providers are board-certified and experts in their field, not some random chatbot or providers that you will never actually see. They also have a variety of peptides to help with healing, muscle tone, recovery, sleep, weight loss, even hair and skin quality. So put that spring back into your step. Go to the website, feelgreatlookgreat.com, to book that initial appointment today. Again, the website, feelgreatlookgreat.com.
KTFM Floresville. The San Antonio Sports Stars studios are powered by the City of San Antonio Metro Health. During Asthma Awareness Month, Metro Health reminds you asthma doesn't have to keep you off the court. Know your triggers, follow your game plan, and stay ready to play. Go Spurs, go.
Hello.
I didn't make it into medical school, Dad.
Huh?
I didn't have an A in all my subjects, so I can't get in.
What do you mean, all these years I supported you, all the money I poured into your education, you don't get all A's? What was your bad subject? Chemistry, physiology, what?
No, Dad, spelling.
Spelling?
Yeah.
What, was it some funny microorganisms you couldn't spell or what?
No, Kinetico.
Kinetico?
Yeah.
You mean the water conditioner that uses no electricity? Are you kidding? Everybody knows how to spell Kinetico.
Not me.
Everybody knows Kinetico is the water conditioning company that revolutionized the water industry.
Sorry, Dad.
Everybody knows that Kinetico is spelled Kinetico.
I thought the instructor said Connecticut. That
Oh,
means Coast
son,
Little
you should have remembered kinetic as in kinetic energy with an O on the end. Kinetico. Kinetico. Spell it Kinetico.
The last water softener you'll ever own. Kinetico. SA.com.
Hormones can affect everything: bad skin, bad hair, low energy, poor sleep, brain fogginess, libido, and weight gain. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health, and we take a functional approach to your hormone problems. Eating right and exercise will not be beneficial without optimal hormone function. This goes for men and women. We do state-of-the-art testing to get to the root of your hormone issues and help you get well and stay well. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health. We can help. 210-468-1891.
Been in a car wreck? Not sure what happens next? Thomas J. Henry knows, because Thomas J. Henry is one of the largest personal injury law firms in Texas. You deserve to get compensated for your injuries. You deserve a law firm that can take your case all the way to trial. You deserve justice. So don't settle for less than you deserve. Get Thomas J. Henry on your side. Visit thomasjhenrylaw.com. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust. Principal Office, San Antonio.
It's game day. Are your moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keeping you from the action? Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, could help you get back to the game. Skyrizi is proven to help people feel significant symptom relief, achieve remission, and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine for adults. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's or ulcerative colitis.
Control is everything to me.
Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's and ulcerative colitis combined. Learn more at skyrizi.com or 1-866-SKYRIZI.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, breaking this afternoon, the NCAA has officially denied Texas Tech quarterback Brendan Sorsby's request for reinstatement for eligibility for the 2026 season. Spurs Thunder, Game 5 tonight in OKC. They'll tip at 7:30. Spurs clean injury report. Nothing to report there. Thunder will not have A.J. Mitchell. Jalen Williams is questionable. And can Mitch Johnson become the coach of the year? That will be announced tonight.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
From the studios of San Antonio's Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Blitz. 2 decades on the radio, Jason Minix. 2 decades on TV, Joe Reinagel. 2 San Antonio sports voices you've trusted for years. This is The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
On a game day Tuesday, Game 5 of the Western Conference Finals tonight in Oklahoma City. We are all tied up at 2. Something's got to give tonight. This is The Blitz. I'm Joe Reinagel. He is Jason Minix. We appreciate you guys and gals joining us on this game day Tuesday.
You get the idea, just the timing of everything. Mitch Johnson is going to end up Coach of the Year. You know, J.B. Bickerstaff and Joe Mazzulla are the other 2 finalists. And typically, I know they set the awards schedule out, but it kind of felt like when they announced it, when Coach of the Year would be announced, like, how many of those guys? I mean, I just wonder, because now coach is different than where they honor the player on the court, although they do that with coaches as well. But I wonder if Mitch is actually going to win this thing.
Well, he might. Obviously, it's a regular season award, and the votes were already in. So I don't know if anything he's done in the playoffs will make a difference.
No, but that's what I mean. Votes are already in, but they always like to announce when people are still going. And the fact that they scheduled it for today a couple of weeks ago, they know who won. So if it was Joe Mazzulla, unless they thought Mazzulla would still be coaching at this point, because quite honestly, all 3 of them could win this thing.
Absolutely.
All 3 of them.
I don't think you could be angry with any of the 3 winning. They all had done a great job this year. Obviously, Mitch has, and he's got his team in the Western Conference Finals and given Oklahoma City all they can handle, obviously, and might very well win this thing and head off to the NBA Finals. I don't think anybody thought Missoula's team would be out right now.
Yeah.
I certainly did not.
No.
And then the Pistons, I don't know. I think they were exposed for the frauds that they are in the playoffs. They've got one player that they need to do some work on the offseason with, surrounding him with some talent, because Cade Cunningham, he's a lone ranger on that Detroit team. He certainly was in the playoffs.
He was, although they were a lot more competitive than I thought. I think the biggest disappointment is Boston. I had Spurs and Celtics, and obviously the Celtics were the biggest disappointment. Could you imagine if you're Joe Mazzulla and you win that award? Like, where's he at on vacation right now?
Yeah.
And trying to set up the TV cameras, and then he's got to act all happy. But we know that it only really matters what do you do in the postseason.
Well, Bickerstaff too, same thing. I mean, where is he? He's probably on vacation as well. So they might as well give it to Mitch Johnson because he's here.
But Detroit, so did Boston because of their injuries, and all 3 coaches had their teams performing so much better than what everybody thought they were going to be this year. But the way Boston went out, because they did get a full, healthy roster, and they were playing good basketball until they weren't.
Yep, that's absolutely true. I don't even have a clue who's going to win this thing. Again, they're all deserving, and I'm not going to be upset with whoever wins this thing. But it will be interesting. And look, I hope Mitch does win it. I think it'd be great. I really do. And he got my respect, well, a long time ago, but really got my respect when he got in Carter Bryant's face, and just ripped that young man from top to bottom, and then sent him back into the game.
Yep.
And I thought that was a class move. But look, Carter Bryant, and as good as he is, as good as Dylan Harper is, as good as, name a player out there, Wemby, they all need coaching still. They're all young players that need to learn how to play this game. And I just I don't understand the people that got upset with Mitch Johnson for getting in Carter Bryant's face.
Well, I think partly it looked like Carter Bryant wanted to cry.
He did.
But the Spurs were also up 25. I don't know if they were in a 4-point game if Carter Bryant goes back in after that.
Well,
but also I understand Mitch Johnson knows Carter Bryant better than any of us and knows that he can take that hard coaching. And you heard Mitch say he wants that hard coaching. He wants to get better. But I was just glad to see it. And again, during this Western Conference Finals, it feels like Mitch is getting a lot more TV time than the regular season. He just feels like he's more vocal and getting into people. But he's probably done that all year. We just haven't noticed it because the pressure isn't quite the same as the Western Conference Finals. If Mitch Johnson was coaching different, and as we're seeing it, and like, dude, he's losing his mind. If the coach wasn't the same coach all year long, those players would sense the panic. And then you would see that feed into those guys, and you don't. So maybe it is just more we're paying attention more, or the TV is, and maybe because of what's in the background of Mitch. But whatever the case is, guy is getting a lot more TV time than it felt like during the regular season. Now, a couple of comments on YouTube, and you guys can go watch on YouTube and comment as well through sasportstar.com, or if you're on YouTube, just search out San Antonio Sports Star. One comment says, if Mitch wins it, is it really Pop's award? And another one that I saw is, what's a better story, if Mitch wins Coach of the Year or the Spurs going from lottery to the NBA Finals? Well, I think both are one and the same. Both are great stories.
Well, they are. But if I had to pick one, I'm picking the Spurs going from lottery to the NBA Finals. Look, but Mitch did a great job and put in a situation that, you know, he was thrown in before he's ready. I mean, let's face it. And luckily last year he had an opportunity. I say luckily, unfortunately for Pop, last year Mitch Johnson had an opportunity to get his feet wet before going into this year, and then he had a full season, off season, to put his stuff in place. Look, I think the Pop thing is a great story, and you know, Pop is still around. I love that. Everybody respects him, but I don't think there's any question, at least not in my mind, that this is Mitch Johnson's team.
It is, and Pop's influence is still there, but the biggest thing that Mitch Johnson has done, and he doesn't get enough credit for it. I finally heard somebody on one of the national programs mention this. We have talked about it all year long. He got the buy-in from Devin Vassell that Devin is no longer the best player on the team, or the second best player, or the third best player. Devin Vassell buying into his role is the biggest thing that he's done. That and Keldon Johnson coming off the bench. And Keldon was great in the regular season. That's why he won Sixth Man of the Year. Keldon has yet to show up and have an impact in the postseason. That would be nice if we got to actually see Keldon Johnson play like the guy that won Sixth Man of the Year.
It would be nice, and tonight would be a perfect time for that man to show up. That's for sure. It's going to be fun. But they need somebody to step up other than guys named Wemby. And even Devin Vassell. I love the fact, and you mentioned that, and I think by accepting his role, he knows exactly what's needed of him and what he's got to do. And he's played really well, especially in this series, but really throughout the entire playoffs. So props to Devin Vassell for doing what he is doing, and happy for that guy who's always been a big Devin Vassell fan. So let's see who steps up tonight besides the alien, because he's going to. But somebody else has got to as well. We're talking about it. Game 5 tonight in Oklahoma City. A lot more, and you are welcome to chime in as well. 656-3776, 656-ESPN. You can go to our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page, like, subscribe, and you can comment there. A lot of folks are doing that. Plus, you can get me on Twitter at Joe Reinigle210. Get Jason at Jason Minix. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
And if you're looking for a great place to go watch the game tonight, you know there is no better place than the Roo Pub there at 281 and Redland Road. With those 3 massive 170-inch screens, TVs all around, there is not a bad seat in the house. I know that's where I'm going to be tonight for dinner as well, because the food at the Roo is incredible. Love the fried shrimp. They got the biggest and best wings in town. About 15 different burgers on the menu, great hot dogs, great salads, the appetizers, and that kitchen is open late every day with the full menu available. Of course, they have the full bar. Game room has the best darts area in town. Happy hour weekdays from 11 to 6. So if you go early to get a table, between now and 6, you get happy hour prices. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place for Game 5. The Roo Pub, just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Hi, I am Officer Sarai Walton with the San Antonio Police Department. SAPD is always hiring, and you can apply online if you think you have what it takes to become part of the SAPD family. Submit your application at sapdcareers.com. Once you submit your application, you will be contacted to begin the process. The San Antonio Police Department is always hiring. Start your journey to a rewarding career by applying online at sapdcareers.com. That is sapdcareers.com.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
Children want and need to be active. Sometimes everyday activities can be difficult for children with asthma. May is Asthma Awareness Month. The City of San Antonio Metro Health's SA Kids Breathe program is here to help. This free program offers education to better understand and control your child's asthma. If you have a child with asthma between the ages of 3 and 17 and live in Bexar County, call 210-207-7282 or visit sa.gov/health.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text SPARK to 215-215 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text SPARK to 215-215. That's SPARK to 215-215.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Because as your life changes and your body changes, Sleep Number mattresses adapt and shift to give you personalized comfort night after night. And now it's the final days of our Everything's on Sale event. Save up to $1,200 on mattresses. Our Memorial Day event ends Monday. To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number, to a good night's sleep.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at TSAOG.com.
Missions fans, get ready for AARP $2 Tuesdays at Wolf Stadium, presented by San Antonio Sports Star. Enjoy $2 tickets, beer, hot dogs, and more at every Tuesday home game. First pitch at 7:05. Don't miss out. Get your tickets now at samissions.com.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Coming up on the Morning Huddle, Game 5. Did the Spurs take control of the series, or are their backs against the wall?
All the fallout from Game 5, what happens next, whether they win or lose, draft around the corner, news coming out of the Star. Is Pickens going to sign long term? We'll talk about that too. Party starts early. Get here at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Looking at a comment here, Mithcell, on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. 210, go Spurs, go. Mithcell is out tonight for OKC. Jalen Williams, we don't know yet. Game time decision. He's asking the question if those guys were playing or not. So one of them has already been ruled out. That happened yesterday. Jalen Williams is a game time decision, we are told. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Happy to have you all along on this game day Tuesday.
And you look at J-Dub being out. even if he is able to go tonight, you wonder about the effectiveness. I mean, because he missed a lot of the postseason, came back, played in, 2.5 games? But maybe his presence there would be effective enough. But those are two big parts of what Oklahoma City likes to do.
Yeah.
And I think for the Spurs, it truly is getting off to the fast starts like they've been doing and controlling the pace. And, we spent a lot in that last segment, a lot of time talking about Pop's influence.
Mm-hmm.
And De'Aaron Fox shared, whether he should have or not, knowing the Spurs, not, but he did share with NBC's postgame show after the Game 4 win that after Game 3, Pop went to the locker room.
You play here. We lost Game 3, and I think that was Pop's been around throughout the course of the season. But that was the first time he walked into the locker room and was like, nah, that's BS. That's not how we play basketball. And obviously he has some choice words for it, but that was the first time all season that he came into the locker room right after a game and told us how he felt. And everybody felt that. Mitch was in there, B. Wright was in there, all the players down to the staff. You know how it is after a game. And then that's the first time I've ever seen that. Trainers, everybody's in there. We close the doors.
Let him go.
Yeah, we don't let anybody know what's going on in here, but that's the first time he opened that door. We see Pop come in, and it's like,
the Pop effect. Love that. I do. And, I'm happy that Pop still has that freedom to do that. I mean, he is El Jefe after all, but there's not an issue with Mitch Johnson or anybody else. He can walk in there and have his say. I think it's great.
It is, and it's interesting because we know we've seen the videos of him at practice and having one-on-one visits with different players, and hell, he greeted Wemby at the airport. But walking into the locker room must have been a completely different feeling for those guys, because it sounds like you had a pissed-off Pop that didn't like what he was seeing and whatever he was going to say. And if whatever he said affected the way they did things in Game 4, kind of like the Nuns. Can we duplicate that? Although there is something about natural and not manufactured or feeling forced. Danny Green on SportsCenter, who's actually on the TV right now covering the Eastern Conference Finals for ESPN, his take on Pop walking in that locker room a little bit different than what you might think.
A huge presence. I mean, it doesn't go away. He's just one of those guys that you're fearful of regardless of age or health. I'm still scared of him to this day. So when he walks in a room, you know it's business and it's serious. So he came in, I'm sure he left an imprint on them. He let them know who's messing up, who needs to come to play. And that was a big deal for them and for everybody else. Everybody respects him. From the top on down, Timmy, David, Tony. So when they see those guys come in and how much aura that he has, that presence, it leaves an impression. And those guys, it didn't take much, but I'm sure he let them have it. And that's just, Pop in his nicer days. I could imagine how he would have been during my time. So I've seen him, heard quite a bit of Pop, especially when he was younger and in our losses. I know we won one, but a lot of those tongue lashings came after losses, so I know what they went through, and I felt scared for those guys, and I still feel scared for those guys.
Absolutely, and I'm glad that they're getting a piece of that because, dude, we've been covering the Spurs a long time, and I don't know how Tony Parker survived when he got here, when he was just a rookie and was placed in the starting lineup. I don't know how he survived. Pop was in his face several times during games, and he would bench him at times as well. It was just, but my goodness, Tony Parker endured the wrath of Greg Popovich probably more than anybody else.
And again, Pop understanding what guys can handle and how to push their buttons. I remember Avery Johnson telling a great story about Pop, and Pop knew he was going to hammer Avery Johnson. Told his wife, flew his wife out to California because they were playing in L.A. And said, don't tell Avery that you're coming, but he's going to need you after the meeting that we're about to have. And Avery said that, it's little things like that even when he knows what the cause and effect is going to be and who needs to be there. And so Pop knows what he's doing. And again, the relationship, Danny Green still scared of him, but that respect is there. And I've seen post his Spurs playing career, Danny and Pop having conversations, but scared or that respect factor or just knowing. But the other night, seeing that shot that NBC had of Timmy, who's been at a lot of games sitting in the courtside suites, for that particular game, maybe Timmy couldn't get seats. He was up in the suite with Pop, which, and that shot was just incredible.
It was great, and that was right after they showed a shot of Wemby hugging Mitch Johnson. So it worked out pretty well. Pop used to be asked about, the berating, yelling at the players. He did it because he wanted to make them better.
Mm-hmm.
And when I see Mitch Johnson doing that with Carter Bryant the other day, he's doing it because he wants him to be better. And I don't think players mind if a coach gets after him like that, as long as they know in the back of their mind he's doing it to make me a better player. And I think all the players knew that's what Pop was doing. And, I mean, look what Tony Parker turned into. Look what Tim Duncan obviously turned into. Look at Manu Ginobili. And, I mean, Pop loves these guys, and he cares about them, as does Mitch Johnson, and he wants them to do better. And look, I have no problem with it. In fact, I think, honestly, it's gone away. And to me, that's sad. If a coach is coaching you up, he's doing it not to be mean to you. He's doing it to make you a better player.
Well, that's it. We'll comment on our YouTube from Rock C26. I imagine Timmy was in the room and probably just gave the death stare to everyone. No words, just the death stare.
I don't know if you saw the meme that was going around, or the video somebody made, AI, of Timmy going in the locker room after Game 3 and throwing Steph Castle around. And I don't know, there were who else was in there? Maybe it was Dylan Harper. But it was funny. The internet's undefeated, man.
It's cool, and I know it's not unique to San Antonio because you're seeing a lot of the Knicks legends. By the way, none of them have rings. Being a part of this Knicks playoff run. But it is cool every game when they're showing the Spurs legends that are in town, that live here, and going to the games, wearing the shirts. It's just very, very cool to see.
It's awesome to see, and that's what this franchise is all about. I mean, these guys still live here. They've chosen to make San Antonio their home, and there's a reason for that. It's a great city. So, I don't know. I love it. And it is great when you get these shots of Tim Duncan and David Robinson and Manu Ginobili, and I think Bruce Bowen was at a game, and you love it. And then they're still, and now they're fans. They want this team to do well.
Well, that's it. They're a part of it. One of the comments on our YouTube, Pop needs to yell at Champagne. Julian just has to knock those shots down. I can't say for the most part that I've been mad at his shot selection. I don't feel like he's forcing anything. Drives me nuts when anybody takes a three-point shot when they get down there and there's 16, 18 seconds on the shot clock and you jack up a three. And I realize that's part of the offense. But a guy like Julian, eventually, shooters shoot themselves out of a slump. He's not hesitating, which is good. He's taking the shots within the offense, and they look like good looks. They look like the right look. The ball's just not going down. I don't know why. I'm sure he doesn't know why. The coaching staff doesn't know why, but they want him to continue to shoot. It's not like they've said, dude, you got to stop. If you get the ball, hold it and pass it. Play hot potato. Eventually, those shots have to go down, don't they? I mean, am I wrong on that? Are you guys seeing something different? Are you mad at the shot selection? Because I'm not. They're just not dropping for whatever reason.
Look, he's got to shoot. That's what he's done. He's done that all year. That's what he does. That's what he's there for. And so, yeah, he needs to take those shots. And look, if you'll notice, because he hasn't been hitting a lot of those shots, you're right. He's getting a lot of open looks because they're kind of sagging off of him, daring him to shoot. If he gets hot for a game and makes 4, 5, 6 threes, obviously it's going to change how Oklahoma City is guarding him, number one. And number two, Spurs most likely are going to win that game.
Well, and again, he's playing solid defense, a couple of rebounds. But if the Spurs had lost that game and dude was 1 of 7, 0 of 5 from 3, and finished with 2 points in 30 minutes, we'd be ripping him. But they won, so All right, not as bad. Both Castle and Fox were 5 of 11 and 5 of 13 respectively, combined 2 of 5 from 3, 13 and 12 points. They've got to do more. But Wemby just continues to dominate. And if he can do what he did in Game 4 tonight in Game 5, and that's force the offense into the paint and take some higher percentage shots. I'm still not thrilled with the 7 3-pointers that he attempted. But you look at Game 3, they pushed him so far away from the basket, and he was never aggressive to dominate inside. And I'm not sure if that's on Wemby or if that's on the coach, maybe a combination of both. But they can't let that happen tonight if they're going to win this game.
Well, and Oklahoma City's got no answer for him. I mean, Hartenstein has probably been the best defender on Wemby, and we all know what he's doing, and he's being very physical with him and pushing him around. So, but other than that, they've got no answer. Chet Holmgren should be a match for Wemby, about the same size, but Chet Holmgren's no match for Wemby.
No,
not much of a match for anybody, to be honest with you. I mean, it's got to be disappointing. I'll be shocked if Chet Holmgren is an Oklahoma City Thunder next year. It'll be interesting to see.
Although he's still such a big part of what they do, but he's a bad matchup, especially when it comes to Wemby. It's crazy to think, but you're talking about the defending champions, and you're talking about a team that was the 1 seed for the entire year, and there's problems, but are they fixable? What's got to give? Is it Chet? Is it something else that they're doing? I don't know, because they, depth-wise, but now injuries are catching up to them, where you get to the conference finals, like in Cleveland, they get to the conference finals, but they get so embarrassed in the conference finals, you just wonder, has that team, the way it's set up, reached their ceiling? And because, how long has Spider been there? 4 years, 5 years now? And, it's kind of like Minnesota, 2 trips to the Western Conference Finals. This year they're bounced in the second round. You wonder, because the Spurs are ahead of schedule, is the Minnesota window essentially closed unless they make some wholesale changes?
Well, they got to make changes. But when you got a guy like Anthony Edwards there,
you got a foundation to build around.
Yeah, I don't think the window's ever completely closed. And I'd say the same for Cleveland. They've got some players there too, not named James Harden. Donovan Mitchell is a player, and he's going to be a good player for a while. So, but you've got to make some changes. And look, if you're Oklahoma City and you lose this series to the Spurs, and they go on, I think Sam Presti's job, in my mind, is going to be finding changes to this team to compete with San Antonio. I mean, that's what you do, and you find pieces to better compete with that team because they're going to be a problem, and they're going to be there year in and year out. So that's what Sam Presti's got to do. And obviously Chet Holmgren is not the guy that you're thinking of. He's not the guy that can do that. And I'm not sure that everybody talks about Giannis, saying he's the best, maybe the most athletic guy, big guy that can maybe play with Wemby. I'm not sure that's the case, but if Oklahoma City wants to go out and get a Giannis and bring him there, then fine. But they will be doing it to compete with the San Antonio Spurs. And that's just the bottom line. Oklahoma City's got a lot of young players still and a lot of good players, and they're going to be there as well, along with San Antonio for years to come. I don't think there's any question about that. We are talking a lot of Spurs basketball, and we certainly will for the remainder of the show. Don't forget, Game Night San Antonio is coming up here at about 5:35. It's brought to you by Vision Source. But let's talk a little NCAA football because, the head coach of the Aggies, everybody's talking about playoff teams and expansion.
Mm-hmm.
And coaches seem to want it. Is there a reason for that? We're talking about it. We continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you're having issues with your plumbing, your AC, there is one company to call, and that is Quartermoon Plumbing, Heating, and AC. 210-651-5899, 651-5899. But, it's not just emergency situations. If your house is smelling a little bit funny, it's not some dead animal that's in your attic or in a wall somewhere. It might actually be your AC. At Quartermoon, because of this issue, they've created what they call the Breathe Easy package. What they're going to do is come out and clean that AC system, deep clean the blower motor, deep clean the blower wheel, the AC housing, clean the coil, and disinfect the inside of your AC cabinet. Then they're going to install a UV light that's going to zap bacteria and other stuff that's hiding in your unit. You're going to get cleaner air, a fresher home, and everything's going to smell the way it's supposed to be. So if you're having issues like that, call Quarter Moon. 210-651-5899, 651-5899, or online at quartermoonplumbing.com.
Hi, my name's Jason Thompson. I've lived in San Antonio for more than 50 years. Went to grade school, high school, and graduated from law school right here. San Antonians have trusted me as their attorney after serious injury and fatality collisions since 1994. My website is alawyerforus.com. Why a lawyer for us? Well, after several years of practice, I watched as insurance companies created their own law firms solely to defend against auto claims. Today, there are very few insurance companies that do not have their own captive law firm filled with attorneys whose job is to minimize what the insurance company has to pay on an auto claim. If you or a family member is injured in a traffic collision, you will need your own attorney. Just remember alawyerforus.com. For many lawyers you see on billboards, your case will be handled by a non-lawyer or a staff lawyer. If you call me, Jason Thompson, I will be the lawyer you speak with. The initial consultation is always free. If you or a family member needs an experienced attorney you can trust, I want you to call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 900-0400. That's 210-900-0400 or alawyerforus.com.
Almost 90 years ago, Academy Sports and Outdoors was born right here in Texas. So we know a thing or two about a thing or two. Like beans don't belong in chili. It's called a feeder road. And how far really means how long. We've been your neighbor for generations. That's why we're adding Texas-sized deals across the store, only in Texas. If you happen to find a better price at a competitor, we'll beat it by 5%. Academy. Fun can't lose.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
All right, step up. If you really know the Rangers, this is your game on Rangers Game Day. Make your call in the morning huddles, Ranger Double Dinger Payday. Pick the Ranger who takes one deep. He hits one, you're in. Ranger tickets. He hits 2. Now we're talking tickets and a hotel stay. Big swings, big rewards. Wake up with the morning huddle and cash in with the morning huddle's Rangers Double Dinger Payday. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Texas Rangers.
I get those goosebumps every time.
He's talking about goosebumps. You get goosebumps when you're nervous?
Sure. You?
I don't know. When
nervous, excited,
maybe
big moments.
So, like tonight, Game 5,
goosebumps
could very well be
goosebumps.
Yeah, it's going to be a goosebumpy night, kind of thing. I don't know what the hell that was.
That's what she said.
Yeah, well, true. Wow, I've never seen anything that big. I don't know if she's ever said that either. So. I digress.
They lie.
They do, just to make you feel better. Going to talk a lot of Spurs, obviously. We have all day, and we're going to because it is a huge game tonight. But the SEC is having its meetings. And I saw a video today. They're having it somewhere, I don't know if it was in Florida.
Sure.
And the weather's horrible. And the wind's blowing, the guy or the headline said, it's going to be a stormy time at the SEC meetings. And they're all talking about college football expansion. I don't know how many people are high on expanding the college football playoffs. I, for one, am not. I think 12 is good. Let's leave it at that as far as I'm concerned. But it's money, and They probably will end up expanding it. Some people want 24 teams. Some want 16.
I don't know. Mike Elko wants 40.
What's the right size for a playoff?
All right, so I just went through this in the hallway. I'm going to go through this on record. I don't know why you guys ask us. Like, why do you care what we think? Like, it doesn't matter what we think. I've said this before. I think there's two sides to that conversation. I think there's a good of college football where we better be really careful. I don't know why we're trying to become a trophy sport. I don't understand why that's something that we're trying to do. Then there's self-preservation, right? And so if you really ask me on record, what does Mike Elko want? I want 40, because then I'll make it and then I won't get fired.
And he says that, obviously joking.
Yes.
But that's why a lot of coaches want 24 teams for job security, because you can say that, well, we made the playoffs. But the problem with expansion, there's a lot of problems with it, I think. If you want any hope of saving bowl games, and you keep expanding the playoffs this way, I mean, bowl games are going to die.
I mean, yeah, a lot of the lesser ones, and we all say they should, yet the last couple of years, every year the ratings for overall bowl games are up because we all crave football. The more football, the better. But something else that I'm reading a quote, Pete Nakos on Twitter from On3, self-aware Mike Elko, quote, if we don't find a way to create some level of regulation in the market, a lot of people are going to go bankrupt pretty quick. We're 2.5 years away from having an NIL budget that's greater than the TV revenue of our entire university.
Wow.
Now, that's Mike Elko talking about Texas A&M's budget. Now, I know what I've said, and I stand by it. We all have said since this all started that it can't last. And in reality, it feels like every year, while we all think it can't last, the TV ratings are up and more donations are coming in. Eventually, it will run out, but not for schools like Texas A&M. To Mike Elko's point, they'll just fire the coach and get somebody else in and pour more money in. But smaller programs like a Texas State or a UTSA, even some of the Big 12 programs or SEC programs that aren't the top-heavy ones, at some point that money is going to dry up, and you're going to have the bigger schools that have all the money, the Texases and the Texas A&Ms, and as long as Cody Campbell's writing checks, the Texas Techs, and if Cody Campbell stops writing checks, Texas Tech becomes UTSA, right? That's the reality. And the fact that there's still no regulation is surprising, but we keep saying it's not sustainable, yet every year more money is spent.
I still don't think it's sustainable. But again, people love college football. I do too. And when you look at what happened with just Indiana, for example, winning the national championship, it just goes to show you that if you spend enough money, you can buy a pretty good team.
Mm-hmm.
But there are those teams out there that are spending a lot of money thinking they've got a good team, and, well, they don't. And so, it's interesting. It's those teams that I think eventually, like Texas Tech, for example. I mean, Cody Campbell's probably got more money than I could ever count or ever imagine having, and he can write checks if that's what he wants to do with his money. But I just, at some point, what does Texas Tech have to do for him to keep writing those checks? Is it just a matter of making the playoffs, especially if it's an expansion, or does he have to win a national title at some point in time to justify what he's doing? I don't know. He's the only one that knows the answer to that question.
Although a guy like Cody Campbell, if Joey McGuire can't get it done, he'll go buy another coach. And I think because we just watched Indiana win a football national championship, every program out there, like a Texas Tech, says, why can't we do it?
Sure.
And how much do you need to get that done? But I go back to Elko saying what he said, and I don't know where A&M is today on the NIL fundraising rankings, but if they're not in the top 5, and I think they still are, they're right there. At one point they were leading the way, and somebody writes a check and you come down, if you believe the numbers that are out there. I'll go back to something that G.J. Kinney said when he was leaving UIW going to Texas State. what was $5,000 last year is $25,000 this year. So that $25,000 is now what, $125,000?
Yeah.
And you wonder, how does that compute? In these programs still need facilities. You know, I saw our friend April Ansira posting photos today of her touring the new baseball facilities that they're building, where it used to just be the arms race and facilities. Now that still has to happen, but now you got to pay all these players, and the fundraising arm of a university is crazy.
Well, it's nuts, and that's why I think maybe the big schools, it is sustainable, and that's possible if they want to write those checks. But you're exactly right. These smaller schools, I don't know how they survive, and I certainly don't know. And even the American Conference, the UTSA is in. I mean, there are some schools there with deep pockets, and I just, are you going to get a lopsided? No matter how good the coaching is or how you can recruit, and Jeff Traylor's great at both of those things, but at some point in time, the Memphises and I mean, some of these schools with a lot of money are going to make that conference lopsided, and that's my fear about that. And so I don't know. Look, they want the playoffs, coaches do, or it seems like most of them do, because it's job security and God
more
bless them
money
for that. And well, sure, I just don't know if you've got. It comes down to the same problem. Does the 24th team in have any chance of winning a national championship?
Not really.
So you've got. Well, we made the playoffs. I need another year. I need a raise. I need whatever.
Well, and all these coaches probably have bonuses built into their contracts that if they make the playoff, they make a lot more money.
Will that change?
Well, and you almost wonder at some point when you look at some of those coaches' salaries, and again, I know they're outrageous, but when you look at them being the CEO of the company that they're bringing in, it's still a very small percentage if you were to take any other corporation and say, all right, well, what's your revenue and what's your CEO making? So it's not like they're going to, not all of them will take less so they can have more to give to players. I know we've seen some examples of that happening, but in reality, coaches, they get paid a lot because they know they're not going to be there for a long time.
Right.
And so they're trying to make generational money, and you wonder with the way it is now, will you have more and more coaches leaving the profession early because they got enough money in the bank and I know Ed Ogeron would like to be a head coach again. He has said that. He's now back at LSU as an assistant coach, but he's got enough money and made enough money not working to where he can do something that's quote unquote fun for him without the responsibilities of being the head coach.
Well, and no matter what you think of Lane Kiffin, it was a genius hire in my mind, because you've got Lane Kiffin, who's probably as far from Louisiana as there is, and then Ed Ogeron, who is all Louisiana, if that makes any sense. And he knows how people think there and what they like and all of that. And he can teach Kiffin the culture in Louisiana and at LSU. So I think it was a great hire. It's going to be interesting to see what they do. The SEC, I think, is in favor of, at least this is what I've heard, 16 games. So you're expanding by 4. I'm okay with 16 teams. But I think 24 is going to be enough. And then where does it end? Where do you go, to 30 next or 40, as Mike Elko jokes?
Well,
I mean, where do you go?
I mean, well, it's kind of like the NCAA tournament expanding. Whatever they expand to now, immediately there's going to be talk of the next expansion.
Right.
I am still very much, and I'll bring this up every time this conversation happens, a program like UTSA, as much as I'd love to see them make the playoff, I live in the real world. They've got no chance of winning a football national championship. They need to have the Power Four and then the group of, and have 2 different playoffs to where it's a little bit more evenly matched. Because while we all love football, nobody wants bad football. What you saw Ole Miss do to Tulane this year is what you're going to see just about every time. There'll be that one-off, but in reality, those programs, even as great as Boise State was that one year with Ashton Genty, they've got – they just don't have the – rosters to match up and then the bank accounts to buy said rosters.
Look, I think what you're suggesting would get a lot of interest. You get your power schools in one playoff, and then you've got the group of in another. And I think a team like a UTSA has got a legit shot at walking away with a national championship.
Yep.
And I think fans would watch it. I love watching the Division III playoffs. And I don't have a dog in the hunt anywhere there.
In the FCS playoffs,
yes,
in all of it.
So I just think I think there's a way to get it done. It's going to be good for college football. It's going to be good for the college football fan, and make a hell of a lot of money in the meantime. And I think that's a really good suggestion on your part. Will it ever happen? I don't know.
There's enough money, and money should make it happen. But again, programs like UTSA, that they want to admit that they can't compete at that level. And that's half the battle. In reality, UTSA can win a national championship in one sport, and that's baseball.
Sure.
And you look at what Pat Hallmark has done there in other programs that are like UTSA, but the chances of them winning in men's or women's basketball or football or soccer, it's not there. Baseball is the one team sport that you truly could go win a championship, and that's when you get lucky enough to have a special group like what Pat Hallmark had last year and what it appears that he has this year.
Yeah, without a doubt, he's doing a great job. So, but you're right. And where do you draw the line? Look, baseball, as much as it's great, it's not the draw that football is. It's not. And it's not going to bring the university as much money as that. The UTSA, we'll just stick with them. Their basketball program's not drawing a lot of money either because they're not very good. The football program does. And that's where that's where your bread is buttered, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's it. So where do you draw the line where, yeah, we can compete with Texas or we can compete with Georgia or we can compete with whomever, when deep down inside you probably know you can't. And that's the issue. Right?
That's part of it. Now, a lot of comments on YouTube about this. So you can go read them there. Back to some Spurs talk. And I know I've seen this on Twitter a couple of different times, but somebody tweeted the video to us again. The Oklahoma City fan that wasted a churro.
Yeah.
Or threw a churro from the upper level trying to make it down to the court. And it appears that he missed. Don't be that fan. Don't waste a churro.
Well,
you can't do that.
Unless Charles Barkley's there, then he might want one. That's possible.
5-second rule?
Sure. Barkley might want
Throw
one.
churros at Barkley?
Yeah, no, don't throw churros at Barkley. Don't throw churros, period. They even sell churros in Oklahoma City, or that dude come to San Antonio to get a bunch of churros?
Well, I'm sure because he was here at the game. You know, in the video that he...
Oh, that was here. I thought that was in Oklahoma City.
No, it was an Oklahoma City fan that came down. The video that I saw retweeted, he put on his TikTok, the only thing we could throw at them in the end was a churro. And he throws it over the cameraman trying to make it to the court, and he didn't come close. So if you're sitting in the lower level and got pelted by a churro, and the guy tweets out the video or TikToks the video, and he's so cool. Don't be that guy if you're going to a game in OKC. Don't waste a churro.
Exactly. How much are churros these days?
I don't know. Don't waste food. Don't throw food. Don't throw things at a game that should get you kicked out. And you wonder, because he's posted this, shouldn't be hard to track down.
I mean, the guy's face is, clear.
Well, and his social handle is out there. So it shouldn't be hard to figure out who the guy is and identify him. I don't know what the Spurs can do, bar him, but I wonder if the NBA works in concert with each other, because should he be barred from going to a game in Oklahoma City?
Wow. That's the NBA can make that happen.
I mean, think about Oklahoma City fans. They throw churros in San Antonio, and they film you in the bathroom in Oklahoma City. The hell's wrong with those people?
Well, it's Oklahoma. Dude, I have a girl that works here, went to the University of Arkansas, lived in Arkansas, has got family in Arkansas. She was telling us, you remember this story, that they don't like people from Oklahoma much.
In Arkansas?
In Arkansas. And if they don't like you in Arkansas, geez, you must be really bad.
Well,
I'm just saying, goodness gracious.
So you're from Arkansas and you don't like those people?
Yeah. And so I wonder who Oklahoma doesn't like. Mississippi?
Well, Oklahoma hates everybody.
I kind of like Mississippi, actually. It's a nice state.
Because you can gamble there.
Well, you can gamble there. Got an ocean.
453 and OU still sucks.
So does OKC.
You gotten in that ocean in Mississippi?
No. It's the same ocean that they got in Corpus Christi. Same one. Exactly.
It's a little different.
No, it's really not.
Still the Gulf of Mexico. Or America.
America, whatever it is. Same
Still
ocean.
the Gulf.
It's the same ocean. Exactly.
Water's a little different over there.
Well, perhaps. Maybe I don't know what they do. But it's a fun state, at least where I go. I don't see much of the state, but
It's a fun building.
The building's nice.
Do you ever leave the building?
Just go to the airport. That's about it. People tell me they've got a great nightlife there in Gulfport, just like kind of right down the street from the casino where we stay.
How do you define great nightlife, Joe Reinagel?
Bars, a lot of them.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So
And
apparently
you haven't found them?
There's a bar district. Well, I mean, when they're bringing them me for free,
They're
where
not
I'm at,
free.
Well,
They're definitely not free,
it makes me
especially
feel-
for
They're
you.
the most
makes me feel
expensive
better.
drinks you ever buy.
Makes me feel better, Minix.
Unless your wife is winning.
Well, and she typically does.
Mm-hmm.
So God bless her. I hope she continues to do that. Spurs, Oklahoma City, Game 5 taking place tonight. We're about a little over 2.5 hours away from tip-off of Game 5. Should be a good one. And no word on the Oklahoma City player, Jalen Williams. Will he play? It's a game-time decision. We may not know until around 6:30, 6:45-ish whether he's going to be in the lineup or not. A.J. Mitchell already out. Spurs, fortunately, have nobody listed on their injury report. We'll talk some Spurs basketball with you. If you'd like to chime in, do it. 656-3776, 656-ESPN. You can go to our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page, like, subscribe. You can comment there as well. At Jason Minix on Twitter. I'm at Joe Reinagel 210. We're talking about it here on the Blitz, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. First, though, we're talking about my Kinetico quality water softener, which should actually turn into your Kinetico quality water softener, because if you haven't purchased one of these yet, I don't know what you're waiting for. This has got to be one of the best products on the market, without a doubt, and it certainly is head and shoulders better than anything else I've ever had in a house that I've lived in. And I mean that sincerely. It took some convincing, just simply because I just didn't think one product could be that much better than everything else, but this one certainly is. Whether it's you out of the shower cleaner, whether your dishes out of the dishwasher, clothes out of the washing machine, all of those things are fantastic. And then, well, you get a little cherry on top when you purchase your Kinetico quality water softener. They're going to give you for free a reverse osmosis drinking station that they will happily install right there at your kitchen sink. That means for you, no more dragging bottled water cases around from the grocery store or anywhere else for that matter, and having to deal with the trash that comes with it. You don't have to do that. You just get a glass and fill it up, and you've got bottled water right there at your kitchen sink. It is a fantastic product and a really nice addition. Plus, they're going to give you free money, 0% interest for 12 months. You don't want to wait. Get this done. You know you want one. You know you deserve one. You know your family deserves one. 656-PURE. 656-7873, or you can get them online at KineticoSA.com. And you know the jingle, sing it with me. It's the last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656-PURE Kinetico.
KTFM Floresville. The San Antonio Sports Stars studios are powered by San Antonio Metro Health. Asthma Awareness Month is a reminder from Metro Health. Know your triggers, work your plan, and don't let asthma keep you out of the game. Go Spurs go.
Harry Douglas here. I don't wait for birthdays to celebrate. I grab Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy. It tastes like rich vanilla birthday cake with buttery funfetti goodness. Seriously, it's unapologetically extra in the best way. And it's sugar-free, so I get all that cake flavor without the guilt. It's tiny, portable, and ready for whenever I need a quick boost. I keep one with me because you never know when you'll need a little party energy. The funfetti flavor is back on 5hourenergy.com or on Amazon. Crack open a Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy shot today.
Pros, save more on the materials you need to get the job done inside and out at Lowe's. Right now, get 10% off in-stock Trex Naturals decking, now available in more styles. Plus, get 15% off select custom entry, interior, and storm doors. Then, we'll deliver it all straight to your job site to help keep your jobs moving. Get the brands pros trust, priced right, and ready when you need them. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 5/27. While supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Lunch was great, but this traffic is awful.
Can we stop at a bathroom?
Are you all right?
I keep having stomach issues after eating, like diarrhea, gas and bloating, abdominal pain, and sometimes oily stools.
Sound familiar? Those stomach issues may actually be a pancreas issue called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. Creon pancrelipase may help manage EPI. Creon is a prescription medicine used to treat people who can't digest food normally because their pancreas doesn't make enough enzymes.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy or rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you are allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon. Call 800-633-9110 or visit creoninfo.com to learn more. That's CREONinfo.com.
I'm asking my doctor about EPI and if Creon could help.
Car wreck? What happens next? Thomas J. Henry knows you deserve to get compensated for your injuries. Don't settle for less than you deserve. Visit thomasjhenrylaw.com. The name you know, the firm you trust. Principal Office, San Antonio.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Houston Texans Pro Bowl wide receiver Nico Collins reached agreement with the team today on an adjusted contract that guarantees his salary for the next 2 seasons and also includes a $9 million cash increase this year and an $8 million cash increase for next season. The NCAA denied Texas Tech quarterback Brennan Sorsby's appeal.
SportsCenter is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
From the studios of San Antonio's Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Blitz. 2 decades on the radio, Jason Minix. 2 decades on TV, Joe Reinagel. 2 San Antonio sports voices you've trusted for years. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
On a game day Tuesday. Happy you're joining us here on this Tuesday afternoon. This is the Blitz 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. He's Jason Minix, and I'm 2.5 hours away. Let's go.
Let's go. We're ready to go. I mean, now, granted, James was mad at you, Joe, because we haven't mentioned that Nico Collins story, so he just, screw you, I'm not turning on your mic. I'm going to do Sports Center and get that Nico Collins story in. But I noticed is, our AC in this building is broke.
And half the building.
Well, yeah, on this side of the building.
Yes.
Our studio, which, what's it say now? It was like in the 90s, then it got to 84, but then it was going back up. But the dude working on the air conditioner is no longer working on the air conditioner. Did he go home?
Well, I don't know. He's got a bucket and a ladder still there in the hallway. So.
Yeah, well, that's it. But that's been there all day, but he's nowhere near. I don't know where he went. But then I noticed the bosses left.
Oh, of course they did.
Everybody on the other side except one person was over there. I'm like, where'd everybody go? Well, it's hot and it's supposed to rain, so they all left. What?
Well, they don't give a damn about us or what?
Apparently not.
It's not hot on that side of the building.
But it's supposed to rain. We all got those warnings that at 9 o'clock tonight.
Is that when it is, 9 o'clock?
Yeah. Well, that's the warning I got.
I don't remember that. But that's fine. I mean, man, we've gotten a lot of rain.
We have. We have. Flood watch expected, thunderstorms expected around 9 p.m., wind gusts up to 17 miles an hour.
Wow. Well, everybody will be inside somewhere watching the Spurs game.
The roof up.
Well, of course. Or wherever you happen to be, of course. So.
But I'm glad that the boss told everybody to knock off because it might rain in 5 hours. While it's 100 degrees.
You got to get home and hunker down.
Apparently.
Hunker down. I'm just curious. Was that Nico? I was there.
You hadn't read the story all day, and Pledge is like, you know what, Joe?
Screw it.
I'm going to read this story because we've got to get some sort of Texan stuff on the show today.
Well, I'm glad he got that in there.
Yes.
Yeah.
By totally keeping your microphone off. You're sitting here just like you're on the plane, you're ready to go, and then the pilot comes on and says, we can't take off.
You know, that was a short break, it seemed like, or we broke early. Did we?
No. No, you just took longer getting back in here from your trip down to the hall because, well,
air conditioning.
Who wants to come back into the oven?
Well, that's a good point. So I just kind of, making my way. But it's good. Pledge, I'm glad you got that in there. I hope you feel better.
Yeah, he does.
That's good.
I mean,
glad.
you've waited all day to not talk about the Will Levis story, his sex tape that I didn't know existed,
Dude,
until I read about his mother doing an interview talking about the exorbitant amount of money that he spent to try to make that go away. And I'm thinking, my mom would be the last person I'd want talking about my sex tape.
Well, and not only that, I mean, is that even really a bad thing these days? I mean, come on. You might get some street cred with that.
I have not.
Unless he's with,
No, I mean,
dog.
His girlfriend is far from it. And
it's with his girlfriend?
Yes.
Well, she doesn't like him anymore.
Well, I mean, whatever. But I have not seen the video.
I really want to see it.
But reading the comments, you would think that Will would be very proud of the video and would not be upset that it's out there.
I wonder if there was mayonnaise involved.
Oh,
I'm just saying the guy likes mayonnaise. Obviously. Yeah, I don't know what people are into these days.
I'd rather not know what people are into.
Exactly. Well, it depends.
People can do whatever they want to do.
Dude.
Behind closed doors without video rolling.
Have you seen the stuff? And I'm not watching Euphoria.
You should.
Well, apparently I should, because I don't know what the hell's going on. I tried, and I saw the good parts, and I turned it off.
It's not. You're not
but
following
apparently
the story.
it's going to get pretty damn racy. When's the last episode you watched?
I think need to watch two.
I mean, there's and you see like comments and little snippets on social media, and I think that character that Sydney Sweeney's playing is about to go cuckoo.
Mm-hmm.
In a good way, if you like that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
On our YouTube page, I love our listeners.
Yes.
Jorge says, I do HVAC for a living. I'll go fix your AC for free if you guys buy me a beer next time y'all are set up at a bar.
Done.
I mean, dude, I will tell you, I don't know you, but I love you.
Yes.
You don't want to deal with this air conditioning. It's not normal. It's not.
It's about 60 years old, isn't it?
And we bought it used back in the 40s. I have no idea. But nobody has been able to fix this damn thing. And there's always something with it. Always. You do not want this job.
Yeah, Jorge Minix is going to buy you a beer regardless.
And Reiniger will buy you another one. It will buy you a beer just for the offer. But in reality, you don't want this one.
Yeah,
It ain't normal.
Because the poor dude thought he had it fixed, and apparently not.
Well, this SOB, because we were like, hey, man, can we go set up in the lounge? Can we go home? Can we go to the Roo Pub? Can we do something besides go in there? The guy says, it'll be fixed in an hour. That was at noon.
Yes.
It's 5:06, and he's somewhere having a cold beer right now trying to figure out, do you think he gets paid by the hour?
I'm sure he does. I don't know.
Or do you get paid by the job?
Ask Jorge. Jorge, do you get paid by the hour or by the job?
Jorge, and he's not from Quarter Moon Plumbing. It's funny, Quarter Moon does our plumbing stuff, but there is something with our HVAC system here where the guy used to actually have an office because it was broke all the time.
Yes.
And this guy created job security for life because he's the only one that knows what the hell's going on with it. And it ain't a normal AC unit, I guess. I don't know. Now, like Jorge should get paid by the hour.
It's an antique.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
You know, it's like owning a boat. You know what they say about owning a boat?
Yes.
Yeah. A money pit.
There's two great times, when you buy it and when you sell it.
Jorge does get paid by the hour.
All right.
And this guy might too. Yeah, it didn't work. All right. We'll go from there.
Yeah.
And it's the same problem all the time.
Maybe that guy just wants to see Hoffman and his skivvies again tomorrow.
Oh, jeez.
Dude, I'm not even getting on social media in the morning if the air conditioner's not working. I can't handle that again.
Seeing
AJ walking around in his whatever he was wearing.
You, too, can go watch that video.
But I hope you haven't eaten.
I mean, just fair warning.
Because if you have, you're going to lose it. And if you haven't, you're not going to be hungry anymore.
And a little bonus on that is you get to see Vic Brown in his undies.
Well, that's not any better.
Like I said, it's a little bonus. Rob Thompson proving that he is the smart one in the group and wanted, I'm going to assume, nothing to do with that video. Now, while we do need divine intervention with our AC unit, and Jorge, love you, man, but you ain't it. The Spurs got some divine intervention in Game 4.
They did.
And a lot of people have said, we need to get the Nuns to Oklahoma City. Well, a great listener of ours sent me a video that Nuns made saying that they've had offers but said no.
You know what? We are in San Antonio, Texas. We are not in Oklahoma, though we did have the offers to go, and we'd like to say thank you to those who did offer for us to go. We actually chose to stay here in San Antonio to be with the young people that we serve and with our sisters. So it's going to be a great little watch party we're having tonight with our sisters and the young people and their families, and we are praying for and cheering for the Spurs in San Antonio. Yes.
Go Spurs, go!
Go Spurs, go! Go Spurs, go!
So they're not in Oklahoma City.
No.
What's Luke Cornett going to do?
I don't know. I mean, I like that they had offers to go. I don't like that they chose not to go. Although, how do you argue with them? They're staying back to have a watch party with those that they serve.
Yes.
You can't be mad at them.
Nobody's mad at them.
I'm thrilled to know, though, that they had offers.
Nobody's mad at them.
But
You're just going to have to watch the fake ones that are dressing up like nuns tonight in Oklahoma City.
That's it.
I mean, that's a tick against Oklahoma City because that's blasphemy.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So, I mean, hey.
See, now Becky says they don't want to hear those fans be ugly. They won't be ugly to a nun.
Well, you wouldn't think so, but you never know.
I mean,
it's possible.
They wouldn't be ugly to a nun.
I don't know, dude. I wouldn't put it past them. The dude's throwing churros.
Not at the nun.
Well, they might. What is the food in Oklahoma City? Are they famous for anything? They copy our Riverwalk.
Barbecue. A great barbecue joint up
Really?
there called Bedlam Barbecue that I was at.
Yeah.
SOS.
SOS. So it's barbecue.
Well, no, they've got SOS as well. Did your grandma ever make SOS? Fried chicken?
No.
And I'm trying to think all the stuff that my grandma used to make.
SOS?
You don't know what SOS is?
No, what is it?
I'll explain later. There's a lot of people out there that know what SOS is.
I don't know. It involves fried chicken.
No, it doesn't involve fried chicken.
Oh, okay.
It's
All right.
ground beef and like cream of mushroom soup and a gravy, and you serve it over rice or biscuits. Bleep on a shingle is kind of what it stands for.
Okay.
Very popular with military kitchens and Southern grandmas.
Well, that sounds.
Yes.
That sounds good.
Yeah,
I'm sure it's
yeah,
good. Yeah. Dude, I don't care what something's called. If it tastes good, it tastes good.
I mean, Coyote says they're famous for the raccoon. Little coon stew. It's not Georgia. Well, it ain't Georgia.
Lots of Spurs basketball. We're talking about a big game tonight, and we tip off less than 2 hours now. Well, not a little over 2 hours. Yeah, I'm having a hard time telling time. That's okay. I'm glad you were here with us on this game.
The delirium is setting in.
On this Tuesday, game day Tuesday. This is a Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. If you get arrested because you get in trouble honking on Southwest Military tonight after a Spurs win, you want to get out of jail fast, you know the best way to do that is by calling my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online, mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail. You don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, a free shuttle service. They're discreet and confidential and open 24/7 with offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. So if you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between, license number 149, call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online at mybestbailbonds.com.
Let's be honest. Watching the Rangers is better when you got something on the line. On Rangers game days, call your shot with the morning huddles. Rangers double dinger payday. Play ball! Pick the Ranger you think will send one into the seats. He hits one, you're going to a Rangers game. He hits two. Now you've just been upgraded. Tickets and a hotel stay. That's what we call getting paid. Wake up with the Morning Huddle. Make your pick and win with the Morning Huddle's Rangers Double Dinger Payday. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Texas Rangers.
Healthy vision is about more than seeing clearly. It's about going beyond. From comprehensive eye care with the latest technology to advanced vision solutions that provide deep insights into your overall health. And with doctors who build lasting relationships founded on trust, ensuring that every detail is taken care of. I choose Vision Source to never miss out on life's precious moments. Vision Source, beyond your eyes.
Children want and need to be active. Sometimes everyday activities can be difficult for children with asthma. May is Asthma Awareness Month. The City of San Antonio Metro Health's SA Kids Breathe program is here to help. This free program offers education to better understand and control your child's asthma. If you have a child with asthma between the ages of 3 and 17 and live in Bexar County, call 210-207-7282 or visit sa.gov/health.
Missions fans, celebrate Tuesdays for the Cultura at Wolf Stadium with AARP $2 Tuesdays. Presented by San Antonio Sports Star. $2 tickets, beer, hot dogs, and more every Tuesday home game. Get your tickets at samissions.com.
Hello, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio and have been practicing law here since 1994. And in the past 30-plus years, I've helped hundreds of San Antonians injured by negligent drivers. If you've been injured in a car or truck collision, call me, 210-900-0400. I did want to let you know of a very disturbing trend I've seen that you really need to be aware of. If an attorney or someone acting on that attorney's behalf calls you after a traffic collision, with very limited exceptions, that is called barratry or solicitation. It's a crime and is unethical under our state bar rules. Do not answer these phone calls. Do not hire an unethical attorney. Neither I nor anyone in my firm will ever call you after a traffic collision. If you need my help, and if you've been injured in a traffic collision, I think you do, you'll need to call me. My name is Jason Thompson. My number is 210-900-0400, or go to my website, alawyerforus.com.
Eczema, eczema, eczema. So many ads for eczema products. But those fancy TV ads don't mention that those prescription products can cost thousands of dollars. There's a smarter way. It's Exoderm for eczema and dermatitis. Exoderm costs less than $20. Yep, less than $20. You don't need a prescription, and it's available on the first aid aisle of your local store. Exoderm contains the #1 doctor-recommended ingredient in a clean, hypoallergenic cream with no harsh additives or nasty chemicals. Exoderm, fast, effective relief from the itching and inflammation of eczema. This stuff really does work. Take back control. Heal eczema flares with soothing Exoderm Flare Control Cream. It's on the first aid aisle of your local drugstore, supermarket, and at Target and Walmart too. Exoderm for eczema. Now that's smart.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
If you're only good to your new friends, you're not going to have any old ones. Straight Talk gets it. That's why new and existing customers get free 5G phones on Verizon's 5G network. Pretty simple, really. You keep good people by being good people.
Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Taxes and fees apply. Plan purchase required for free phone offers. Copyright 2026 Verizon.
Back here on the Blitz, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star on a game day. Game 5, Spurs and Oklahoma City Thunder in OKC tonight. Tip-off a little after 7:30 or so. It's going to be a fun one. And I've already seen comments, Jason, on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page that the anxiousness about tonight's game is beginning to kick in.
Well, let's get ready for the game. We call it Game Night San Antonio.
This is Game Night San Antonio. Brought to you by Vision Source on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. Every weekday game night, The Blitz with Jason and Joe get you inside and ready for tonight's game. From insiders to an in-depth preview of tonight's game, this is Game Night San Antonio. Brought to you by Vision Source. Beyond your eyes.
Game 5 tonight. It is Game Night San Antonio, brought to you by Vision Source. Go to Wood Vision Source. Dr. Bobby Wood over there off Bandera Road, or on Bandera Road between Braun and Gilbo. Stone Oak Vision Source, Dr. Chandler Mann on Stone Oak Parkway and Hardy Oak. You look at tonight's game, and the numbers are what the numbers are. You can't call it a must-win because Joe Reinagle will lose his mind. However, Game 5 winners, when the series is tied 2-2, the Game 5 winner wins the series 82% of the time, including the last 8 times.
And that's why it is an important game. But I get
go a little bit further, man. The Spurs and Thunder in their history, my friend. In 2012, 2014, and 2016, the series was tied 2-2. In each of the previous 3, the Game 5 winner won the series in 6 games. There has never been a Game 7 between these two franchises, according to Danalytics, our good friend Dan Weiss. So, again, tonight, must win. Come on, Joe.
No. Because I don't want to say that, because if the Spurs should lose this game tonight, I'm not going to count them out for the remainder of the series. I'm just not going to do it. They'll come back home, you take a Game 6, and then you go up to Oklahoma City for a Game 7, where anything, my friends, can happen.
And that's if you get to a Game 7, and these two teams have never – it's kind of crazy when you think about some of their playoff battles back in the fun years. Never a Game 7.
That is crazy. It really is crazy. But, look, both of these teams have won on the other's floor. So I'm not worried about that. Nobody's been dominant at home. So
while it doesn't matter, the Spurs owned Oklahoma City during the regular season.
Exactly.
Now, I know you're a degenerate.
I am.
Line was Oklahoma City 5.5. On ESPN right now, according to DraftKings, now line is OKC by 3.5. Line has come down 2 full points this afternoon.
Well, I think Vegas knows, obviously, A.J. Mitchell out, and they must be thinking that Jalen Williams is going to be out as well. And I think that has a lot to do with it. So 3.5, wow. That's really come down. So I'm going to check and see what mine is.
Yeah, well,
I trust you.
You could do that. You think about the dominance that you saw in Game 4. And you know everything is working your way, whether it was the nuns that were there on one end of the bench or the OnlyFans girls on the other end of the bench. Either way, Wemby had it going on. And when you're taking a shot from the logo at halftime and you get nothing but net, that qualifies as the breathtaking play.
It's the breathtaking play.
Oh, my goodness.
From last night's game, powered by the City of San Antonio Metro Health.
Mithcell, Wembanyama, I think he's going to go. From midcourt.
Incredible play. Great call from Mike Tirico there on NBC. You know, every player needs a game plan, and so does managing asthma. During Asthma Awareness Month, the City of San Antonio Metro Health reminds you that asthma doesn't have to keep you off the court, sidelines, or playground. Work with your healthcare team, know your triggers, and stay ready to play. Go Spurs, go.
Very cool, and that shot was incredible, and the arena just went nuts. You could tell that, and as they should have. And so That's another one of those. No, although the time buzzer was running out anyway.
Exactly. What I loved, Wemby asked afterwards, we see you practicing those all the time after the game or after practice messing around. And he was like, yeah, I wasn't messing around. No. I love that. What a great answer.
That is a great answer. By the way, my app still has Oklahoma City at 4. Robert Alexander on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page says 2.5 on some apps. So depending on what side you like, and obviously most of us here like the Spurs tonight, my app would be the one to go with because the Spurs get more points.
Well, and again, you think about what Keldon Johnson said this morning at shoot-around. One of the ways that the Spurs can go into Oklahoma City today and get a win is to just continue to play good physical basketball.
Just continue to have the physicality, continue to take some of the same game plan over to this game. Obviously, each game comes with its own its own flow and own rhythm and things like that. So, but we definitely plan to implement a lot of things that we implemented last game and tonight's game.
So. Shouldn't have said that. We're going to implement a lot of the things we did in the last game into tonight's game. Come on.
Well, what do you think?
Well, no, don't tell them that.
I mean,
so, you know what? Our game plan is going to be completely different tonight than it was in Game 4.
Well, look, I mean, this guy understands. While you don't want to call it a must-win, Keldon figured out a different way to say it's a must-win.
Yeah, this is the biggest game of the season right here tonight. This game is important. It's 2-2. It's going to be a dogfight. It's going to be tough. But I feel like we built for the moment, and we built for these times, and I feel like we'll show that tonight.
San Antonio's sport.
Yeah, it is.
It's hot, Pledge. Buttons just fire on themselves.
They
the
do.
Sweat dripping on your buttons.
Don't worry about it. Keldon would have said the same thing, and you could have said the same thing about Game 4. I mean, if we're going to go must-win games for every game of this series, Game 4 was a hell of a lot more of a must-win than this one, I would think.
Well, it was.
Right.
And if they go in with a must-win mentality and kick the crap out of Oklahoma City, I mean, you held Oklahoma City to 82 points.
Yeah, exactly. Look, I get that, but you got to take that with a grain of salt. And I'm not trying to bring down Spurs fans who are happy about that, but I'm just saying. I mean, two of the Shea Gilgeous is their best scorer, and the next two were out. I mean, just think about that.
All right, 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. What are your biggest keys to the game? You can call and do it the old-fashioned way and talk with us. If you're watching on YouTube, you can always comment there. Go to sasportstar.com and click onto the YouTube, or if you're on YouTube, search out San Antonio Sports Star, because I'm seeing Spurs have 2 more must-wins. Every remaining game is a must-win. And again, they're all important.
Well, Game 6 is going to be a must-win for somebody.
It is.
So there you go.
And for the Spurs, it's because you don't want them to even the series at 3 and force a Game 7 back in Oklahoma City.
Well, true. Very true. But, again, apparently, every game in the series has been a must-win.
I heard Wemby say the other night they have 6 more wins to get.
6 more, huh? Okay. I like where he's going.
Yep.
I like where he's going.
They're all must.
Well,
they must win 6 more.
They must
achieve their
win.
goal.
Yes, that is true. They must win 6 more to get an NBA championship.
Yes.
Yes. So, when we come in here tomorrow after the Spurs win, we're going to be talking about Oklahoma City facing a must-win game.
Uh-huh.
So there you go. I'm just saying. Tonight, however, in the true definition of must-win games, is not one.
Is your mindset and just as dominant as the Spurs were? You look at Game 3, they opened on a 15-0 run.
Yes.
And then got their ass kicked.
Yes.
They came out, Hartenstein was the only guy that could score early, which was weird.
Yeah.
And you knew weird. That wasn't sustainable.
That little floater that he's got going.
But Oklahoma City, and I'm not trying to take anything away from what the Spurs did, but Oklahoma City did what they wanted to when they got on the plane with the series tied 1-1.
Right.
They would have loved to have gotten 2, but they got 1. And they didn't have the same energy or urgency. Now, did the Spurs take that out of them? Or when they realized they were down, they didn't fight? I kept waiting for the run to happen, to be honest. It was midway through the fourth quarter before I started to feel comfortable that the Spurs had that one. And part of that was SGA staying on the bench. The white flag was up. But we've all watched enough basketball, and we've all watched this Oklahoma City team enough over the last couple of years to know that 6 of 33 from 3 for that group isn't normal. Now, some of that's because of the injuries, and a lot of that I do think was the Spurs defense. Alex Caruso, who played like an all-NBA first-team guy in the first couple of games, started getting defended, and he only managed 1 field goal attempt, and he missed it in Game 4. Those are things that you can't count on game in and game out because, quite honestly, the Spurs didn't turn the ball over a lot, which huge, and that's a big part of De'Aaron Fox bringing the ball up and not Steph Castle initiating the offense. But the Spurs were 27% from 3. There's not a lot of games this year where they've been 9 of 33 from 3 and still managed to win. Hell, they didn't even shoot 40% from the field. They were 35 of 90 overall. And 103 points. Now, granted, 103-82, it was a blowout, right? The Spurs' biggest lead was 25. But in reality, 103 points typically does not beat the Oklahoma City Thunder.
That's very true. And again, I'm not making excuses. I think the Spurs played great basketball. I'm just saying, and, of course, I'm an undercover Oklahoma City fan, just like I was a Portland fan and a Minnesota fan as well. But that's fine. I'm speaking the truth. Again, yes, Fox and Harper were out of the game for what? Game 2? 1? Can't recall exactly what game they were. However, it's a little bit different. When you're talking about scoring, those two guys that missed Game 4 account for damn near 50 points a game.
Yep.
So I'm just saying that I'm just stating facts. I'm not rooting for Oklahoma City. I'm just stating facts. So it helps. Spurs took advantage of the situation. It's exactly what they've got to do again tonight. And it sucks that Oklahoma City is injured, but they are. So take advantage of it. Kick their ass again.
Champagny needs to show up. Keldon Johnson needs to show up. And Dylan Harper off the bench needs to have more than 7 points. He was 2 of 4 in 20 minutes of play. And we've seen Dylan Harper dominate. And I'm trying to figure that guy out, right? I mean, he gets a start in Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals and is unfazed, and he was a monster. Big part of that double overtime win. And finally the Spurs bench played better than the Oklahoma City bench.
Yeah.
But in reality, if you can see some of that and get your typical Wemby game, De'Aaron Fox game, although I think De'Aaron Fox has a huge game tonight. Statistically, guy plays better on the road. I don't know what it is about him going into the hostile environment, but he plays bigger and needs to play big early. Devin Vassell might be the most consistent player the Spurs have had in this series, not named Wemby.
I'll agree with that. He's had a great series, and he's stepped up, and he's doing the things that are absolutely necessary for him to do. It's been the bench that's been the problem for the Spurs. Oklahoma City's bench has been outplaying them in this series. You mentioned it. They switched that up in Game 4. They got to do the same thing tonight. They've got to keep the Spurs bench has got to match, at the very least, match what OKC is doing off the bench.
And the other thing I want to see, and I think we all want to see, is Wemby dominate down low. I know he's going to take threes. That's a part of his game. But this guy should be just crushing Oklahoma City down low, especially when Alex Caruso is guarding him. In fact, Shaquille O'Neal was on the Rich Eisen show today, Susie Schuster sitting in. And he says when Caruso is guarding Wemby, that should be a sign of disrespect.
My advice is to him, he has to be super aggressive because, at his size, with his skill set, to be super aggressive, the world has to panic. And when they panic, they're going to do what they always do, send guys at them. Now, when they send guys at you, you can get Castle involved. You can get all your – let me tell you something about that young Harper. Oh, my God. This kid is fabulous. He is so fabulous. So, you can get him involved. And that's the system. I've always called the Spurs, organization the system. The system is well in effect. But if he's dominating, if he's super aggressive, if he's close to the paint, taking high precision shots. Look, I don't mind him shooting threes because he's a fabulous shooter, but I would like the majority of his shots closer to the basket. If he can do that, cause OKC to panic a little bit because, he's having his way with Shet. And then, listen, every time they put Caruso on him, that should be a sign of disrespect, and he should be looking to score. So if he dominates it, if he's all over the place, and if he stays out of foul trouble, they definitely have a shot. But I wouldn't tell him much because he has two mentors over there that we're all in the same office. You got the great David Robinson, and you got the great Tim Duncan there. So you don't really need my advice because I wasn't really that type of player. I'm more of a power player. So, Tim was definitely inside and out, and so was David Robinson. So I'm sure he gets, great advice from the guys. And, you still got Popovich coming in and out every now and then. So I wouldn't tell him much. As a fan, I just enjoy watching him play, but I would love him to be dominant, not some of the time, but all the time.
How do you argue with that? There's nobody that can cover Wemby when he's down low. Nobody. Mm-mm. And look, Chet certainly can't do it, and that's the matchup I think, Oklahoma City was hoping could at least match him a little bit or at least give him some static. He hasn't done it. Hartenstein's been the best defender on Wemby.
Yep.
And it's only because he's knocking the hell out of him and playing really physical with him. But if Wemby stays down inside in the paint or around the basket, nobody can stop him.
They can't, but again, because of the physical nature, they were able to push him away, and he didn't initiate going back in there. So, you look at, was it game 2 and 3, where he was further and further away from the basket, whatever adjustments that Mitch made. And some of it is Wemby, he's got to just go. But Mitch has to draw plays, call plays, to where they're either running the pick and roll or they're doing something to get Wemby the ball, where all he has to do is put his hand up and put it in. And if he misses, he's got the ability to kind of volleyball it in over the back of his head. I mean, just ridiculous. But when you're that much bigger than everybody else, you can do that, and he has to take advantage of his size. My new little dog is nothing little dog, right? I mean, it's nothing. With the most embarrassing bark you've ever heard. It is embarrassing. My dog does not realize she's a little dog, right?
Sure.
And sometimes I wonder if Wemby realizes he is just that much bigger than everybody else. You know what I mean? That kind of analogy. You are the most gifted guy on the floor, and you're the tallest guy on the floor. Use that to your advantage, and he doesn't always seem to do that.
And that's true, and I think that's what Shaq is saying.
Yep.
He doesn't mind him shooting threes because, well, that's what he does, and he can do it. But, again, he is unstoppable down low. I mean, he's just unstoppable down low. And so I would prefer him take most of his shots there. There's a three-point opportunity here and there, fine. But down low, there's no telling. I mean, Wemby's got a 30, 40-point night, I think, if he does that. And just even Steph Castle now is learning the alley-oop.
Mm-hmm.
De'Aaron Fox is good at it. I mean, these guys are learning. They just throw the ball up in the vicinity. Wemby's most likely going to get it and put it down. I mean, it's just that simple.
It's what they need to do.
It's exactly what they need to do. We got more Spurs talk coming up on the other side of this break because we're getting close. 2 hours away from tip-off out in Oklahoma City. Woo-wee! It's going to be a good one. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Injuries do happen, and when they do, you can skip the ER and get straight to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Corey area, they have extended hours Monday through Saturday. On-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury. But best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. So if you're injured, get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic. Learn more online at TSAOG.com.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Coming up on the Morning Huddle, Game 5, did the Spurs take control of the series, or are their backs against the wall?
All the fallout from Game 5, what happens next, whether they win or lose, draft around the corner, news coming out of the Star. Is Pickens going to sign long term? We'll talk about that too. Party starts early. Get here at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Less than 4 in 10 kids aged 6 through 12 are playing sports regularly. 4 in 10 kids? Let it sink in. Just 4 in 10 kids. ESPN is building a nationwide coalition powered by Disney called Take Back Sports, with the purpose of training more coaches, expanding access, and creating community-driven sports programming that puts kids and fun first. We're working on that story. We hope you'll join us.
Visit takebacksports.org to learn more.
Hi there, I'm John O'Hurley. You know, our pets are beloved family members. But sadly, though, there are so many dogs that get euthanized every day due to the lack of funding. To give them a chance at adoption, I invite you to support Puppy Food Bank. Thanks to generous donors like you, all of the food sent to pet shelters from Puppy Food Bank never comes with a bill. So please go to puppyfoodbank.org and make a generous, caring $15 donation every month. Your donation will absolutely save pet lives.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text SPARK to 215-215 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text SPARK to 215-215. That's SPARK to 215-215. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
If you've been injured in an accident, you know there's no shortage of attorneys who want your business. But when it comes to results, the numbers speak for themselves. Thomas J. Henry secured over $1 billion for clients in the past 4 years. We've successfully represented thousands of injured Texans, earning over 12,000 five-star reviews on Google. So who is the right attorney for you? Just look at the numbers. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust. San Antonio, Texas.
I've taken up candle making.
Nigel, the whole office smells like wet dog and gym socks.
My nose is highly refined.
Folks, if your home smells a little off, it might be your AC. Watermoon's Breathe Easy package pulls and deep cleans your blower motor, blower wheel, and housing, cleans your coil in place, disinfects the inside of your AC cabinet, and installs a UV light to help zap bacteria and other nasties hiding in your unit. All for just $6.95.
Quartermoon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, 210-651-5899. License number TSAOG 141-074-EM16004.
Furnished by IntelliBrands. Whether because of discomfort, lack of mobility, your lifestyle, or occupation, you sit inactively way too many hours a day. Get an Ellipse, the premium quality automatic seated exerciser that strengthens legs, increases mobility, and boosts circulation without physical strain or impact. Improve your flexibility and balance, strengthen and tone your legs.
My joints feel better, my knees feel better, my back feels better, and it makes me feel stronger too.
My circulation is moving. I'm burning calories, and it makes me feel energetic.
It's so quiet that none of my coworkers even know I'm using it.
Call now and order Ellipse, the seated exerciser that strengthens legs, increases mobility, and boosts circulation. And for a limited time, get a free upgrade to our deluxe bundle with a faster motor, sport mat, and wireless remote. Call 800-555-1212. That's 800-555-1212. 800-555-1212 now. These statements and products have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or condition.
The Morning Huddle.
Almost everybody on their team has a Vich or something like that in their name. They've got 3 starters: Ivasic, Stojakovic, and Merkovic. So they've got 3 Viches starting for them.
Well, I think only Virginia has as many Viches as Illinois.
Well, Illinois has more Viches coming off the bench too. They've got another Ivasic, and they've got a Petrovic that comes off the bench. They got so many Viches.
You got Viches, I got Viches. And man, these bitches be balling. These bitches be balling when they play guys who don't. If you ain't got the right bitches, you're not gonna
win.
You know what Brad Underwood's gonna say to you? Vitch, please.
Grab some wood,
Vitch.
The Morning Huddle with AJ and Rob. Weekday mornings 6 to 10. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
We are getting close now. Cannot wait. Game 5 tonight. Spurs, Oklahoma City, in Oklahoma City tonight. Big game, obviously, for both of these teams. The odds are in the favor of the winner.
Now, we won't call it a must-win game because Joe Reinagel.
Thank you, Jason Minix. And because you know it's true.
Well, I also know what numbers say as we continue with Game Night San Antonio, brought to you by Vision Source. And again, the numbers indicate that the winner tonight is going to win this series. So while it's technically not a must-win game, it is a must-win game if you go by the numbers, right?
I don't know. What was it, 84%?
Yeah.
So you're saying there's a 16% chance.
Well, it
could go the other way.
8 series that were in this situation, it was 100%. And we also know 100% in the history of the Spurs and Thunder, in 3 previous occasions, the series has been tied 2-2. The Game 5 winner won the series in 6. These two organizations have never played a Game 7.
Which is just unbelievable to me, first and foremost. But this year will be the first.
Now, I don't know. The analytics didn't go all the way back to when the Thunder were the Seattle Sonics, where they should still be playing, but that's a whole other story. Because I know there were some great series between the Spurs and Sonics through the years.
And those were some good series, without a doubt. Seattle, in those championship runs, man.
Now,
great place to go.
You look at tonight's game.
Yep.
Divine Intervention will not be in the building. The Nuns have put out a video. While they said they had offers, they've chosen to stay in San Antonio. So the Nuns won't be there. But we do have Pop. And apparently after that Game 3 disaster, Greg Popovich went into the locker room, is what De'Aaron Fox told the NBC postgame crew after Game 4.
Yeah, you play here. You play here. We lost Game 3. And I think that was Pop's been around like throughout the course of the season, but that was the first time he walked into the locker room and was like, "Nah, that's BS. That's not how we play basketball." And obviously he has some choice words for it, but that was the first time all season that he came into the locker room right after a game and told us how he felt. And everybody felt that. You know, Mitch was in there, B. Wright was in there, all the players down to the staff. You know how it is after a game. And then that's the first time I've ever seen that. Like trainers, everybody's in there. We close the doors.
Let them go.
Yeah, we don't let anybody know what's going on in here, but that's the first time he opened that door. We see Pop come in, and it's like,
the Pop effect. And, I mean, that got them off of that bad Game 3 loss, and obviously they were very good in Game 4.
And, again, the idea that that's first time all year. I mean, Pop is going to pick and choose. And for pissed off Pop to come down from his suite and go in the locker room and have some choice words for the guys. Now, De'Aaron Fox talking about it a little bit casually after a big win on NBC's postgame. Danny Green on SportsCenter, he tells a story of what it must have been like for those guys. Danny Green really did tell the story.
A huge presence. I mean, it doesn't go away. He's just one of those guys that you're fearful of regardless of age or health. I'm still scared of him to this day. So when he walks in a room, you know it's business and it's serious. So he came in, I'm sure he left an imprint on them. He let them know who's messing up, who needs to come to play. And that was a big deal for them and for everybody else. Everybody respects him from the top on down, Timmy, David, Tony. So when they see those guys come in and how much aura that he has, that presence, it leaves an impression. And those guys, it didn't take much, but I'm sure he let them have it. And that's just, Pop in his nicer days. I could imagine how he would have been during my time. So I've seen him heard quite a bit of Pop, especially when he was younger and in our losses. I know we won one, but a lot of those tongue lashings came after losses. So I know what they went through, and I felt scared for those guys, and I still feel scared for those guys.
But I think it's good, and I'm glad that he went in there. I'm glad he said whatever it was he said. As De'Aaron Fox said, he added some colorful language, and that's good. And then you see Mitch Johnson on the floor the other night, just getting into Carter Bryant's face for making a mistake. And to me, that is good. I mean, look, I don't care, and I know the Spurs were basically already winning that game. I mean, it was pretty much over. But he's still teaching, and he's driving it home how important it is to do what needs to be done. And I thought it was fantastic. I know it upset Carter Bryant a little bit. He was a little bit a little bit sad about it. I get it, but it's going to make him a better player.
It certainly will. Now, you look at tonight's Game 5. The injury report not officially out yet on who's in, who's out, and really we're waiting to hear word on Jalen Williams. Let's get some perspective on our injury update, powered by the Sports Institute at TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine, online at TSAOG.com. Welcome on the Buyers Barricades guest line, Dr. David Espinoza. Jalen Williams is hamstring. Now, he hurt his hamstring in the first round, didn't play until Game 1. Then he left Game 2 after, 7 minutes? Didn't play in Game 3 or 4. And they say he's a game-time decision, Doc. We're waiting for it. But when you re-aggravate a hamstring injury, can you realistically come back within a week?
Hey, fellas, thanks for having me on again. And, that once it re-aggravates like that, then, depending on the degree of that damage, makes it more difficult to come back quickly, but, that kind of tells me that there's still some residual scar tissue that again, likely re-injured. And so, we're going to have to decide, okay, is it important to have him now or potentially for a Game 7 type of situation, and let him rest up?
Doc, I'm curious about that. So it just knowing that he re-aggravated it, he was fine in Game 1 of the series, but then early in Game 2, was it perhaps, and just what you think, was it not quite healed?
That or, just the tightness. Because if he didn't feel right, then depending on their level of conservativeness, if you will, if they knew that this was going to be a long series and they need him, then they could have held him sooner. But, for him to go out, that's in the Western Conference Finals, that kind of tells you that it's probably more than just being conservative, in my opinion.
Now, if J-Dub does play tonight, would he even be close to 100%?
So difficult to say. Again, it really kind of boils down to the degree of the damage. But I would also say probably not, especially if it's a second setback.
All right, well, Doc, I'm going to ask you about the other Thunder player that's already been ruled out for tonight's game, A.J. Mitchell, calf strain. What is involved in a calf strain, and typically what is a recovery time for something like that?
Yeah, so the calf is a muscle that kind of goes to the back part of the lower leg. So we actually have 3 different muscles down there that kind of comprise the calf. And so depending on, again, so the degree of that damage with the strain, so the strain just implying that there's an injury to the musculature in that area. And so these can range, in severe cases. I mean, the muscle tears and people are out anywhere from, 4 to 6 weeks with something like that. Usually you see those people in a walking boot almost immediately. They can't put weight on it. So unlikely that he's to that level. But, grade 1, grade 2s, they can linger if there's a collection of blood in the area, then that could also delay the healing process. But it's, definitely enough to keep them out where they're foreseeing at least the next 2 games. And so, it'll kind of depend on how much rehab they put into it, if they incorporate any other modalities, any other treatments to get this thing to heal faster, then they'll all kind of tie into when he'll be ready.
Doc, De'Aaron Fox was missing time because of an ankle sprain. Now, we saw it happen in the Minnesota series. He missed the first 2 games. And at some point of the Western Conference Finals, Mitch Johnson had said, high ankle sprain. And so all of us went, all right, he's done, right? Even though he was a game-time decision, you don't come back from a high ankle sprain that quickly. Then he played again. So do you as a doctor think he was dealing with a high ankle sprain or just a regular ankle sprain?
Well, so I don't know if y'all saw the play where he tweaked it again, where he kind of fell on the ground. He was like trying to get scrambling for a ball, and an opposing player kind of landed on the outside of his foot, which caused his ankle to kind of twist outward in a way. And then after that, he kind of like hobbled to the sideline and then cooled off, and then he came back in. So, but that mechanism, so basically how that other player landed on him and he twisted, that is a sign of a high ankle injury. Now, if it was a minor sprain versus, tearing of the ligaments, that kind of dictates whether or not a player can play through it, right? But, he did tweak it there and was able to kind of bounce back. But that is kind of the mechanism for the high ankles. So that's why I say likely, yes, I'd agree it's a high ankle, but hopefully more on the minor side to where he's been able to play through and won't create more damage long term.
Good stuff. Dr. David Espinoza, enjoy the game tonight. Appreciate you jumping on with the knowledge and expertise. Our injury update powered by the Sports Institute at TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine, online at TSAOG.com. Dr. Espinoza and all our guests on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond, online, buyersbarricades.com.
Yeah, good stuff from the doc, because, these injuries are so important for the movement of these guys and what they can and can't do. And I just think it's interesting. And I guess just hearing what the doc said, I'd be kind of surprised to see Jay Williams out there. Although he did take some shots before Game 4. I'm sure he'll do the same thing, try to move around. And if there's any way he can go, I'm sure he will, because of the importance of tonight's ball game.
I was surprised to see De'Aaron Fox out there.
Absolutely.
These guys, a happy surprise.
Yeah, these guys know. And they want to be out there. They want to play. The stakes are just too high to try, and if any way you can go, you can go. And I think the Oklahoma City Thunder, just like the Spurs, are taking a 75-80% player over not having that player at all. Going to be interesting, and we are getting close. Coming up next here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, Extra Innings with Pledger. That is coming up next. Be sure and join the fellas in the morning, AJ and Rob. The Morning Huddle. They'll have your first reaction of whatever happens here tonight. And, of course, Minix and I will be back here at 2 o'clock. Until then, go Spurs, go!
Screw it. KTFM Floresville.